All right, guys. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope you had a great week. Short week, right? So couldn't have been too terrible. Okay, let me start Facebook this time because last time I totally forgot to start Facebook. Facebook will, for whatever reason, even though the music I use on that intro is like completely copyright free and royalty free, Facebook just dings me whenever I use that. So I have to wait till after the intro to start it. And last week I forgot, but I didn't this week. And Facebook is live now. All right, cool. There's a lot of problems going on with YouTube right now, so I hope everything goes okay. I don't know what's happening. They've got all sorts of like technical difficulty, errors behind the scenes. So hopefully this show is going out to everybody. It seems like but this one's not my fault. We should just start a counter of like how many technical difficulties that I have during the show. But anyways, I'm looking forward to the show. I hope you guys are too. Thank everybody for joining and for supporting the channel and showing up on Friday. I love talking with all of you guys, friends with you guys, a lot of you guys behind the scenes, and we talk as well. But before I get into everything, my youngest son just turned 3 years old today, so I want to raise a glass. If you guys have a glass out there, or fist bump, virtual fist bump, whatever. My son turned 3 today, so cheers to him. If you're sitting with somebody that you love, or you're in a room with somebody you love, give them a hug. Appreciate them. Life is so damn short. I can't believe my son's already 3 years old. So cheers to my son. Happy birthday. I'm going to drink this BEP 2023. Give me 1 second. Cheers to my son, Hudson. Oh, that's so good. So good. Okay. Show today. We have got Bourbon Bites on. Last minute join. I'm so appreciative for him hopping on and being part of the show. And I'm really curious to talk with him. I got some good interview questions. His channel has like the same kind of atmosphere that I like to, like this old 80s retro style. Bourbon Chronicles just confirmed for the 15th for next week. So tune in to next week's show for the Bourbon Chronicles. Bad X Bourbon tentative for the 22nd. I think he's okay with that. I'm still trying to like lock that down, but tentative for the 22nd. And then on the 29th, we've got Deck Night on the rocks with Amy, and I think her husband's or boyfriend's name is Homer. They will be on the 29th. I'm looking forward to that. So I've got some guests lined up. It's going to be fun. If you guys want to be part of the show or want somebody to be part of the show, email me at youtube@whiskeywisdom.com. All the links are in the description below. Let me know who you'd like to see on the show. If you want to come on the show, let me know. I love talking with you guys, and it's a good time. All of the social links are in the description as well. There's like a link tree, so it's got our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, just about everything, Rumble, just about everything you can do. There's a Patreon in there too if you want to support us on Patreon. I see a lot of Patreon subscribers already in the chat. If you're a Patreon guy, I should have wrenched you. If I haven't yet, then let me know and I will wrench you. So, all right, Bourbon Bites. The drink for tonight is going to be Remus 6. I'm going to do that with Bourbon Bites. I have not had Remus 6 yet. OPF, just subscribe. Thank you, OPF. I'm looking forward to it. It's decanting down here. I've had every one except 6, and I don't have 7 yet. So Bourbon Bites, his name's Clifton. He just recently did a review of Remus 6, and I said, okay, perfect excuse to try Remus 6. So that's what we're going to drink tonight. I've got a blend, a blend called Old Hank. I've really been getting into blends a lot. And this one is 1-to-1 McKenna 10 and OGD 114. So I've got that decanting down there too. I'm going to try that. The Kahoot game. All right. By the way, guys, I'm redlining on my audio. So let me know if it's clipping or if my audio is too loud and I'll turn it down. Somebody put it in the chat if the audio sounds okay. The Kahoot game. Okay. $100 for first place. All right. We'll do $50 for second place and $25 for third place. All right, so we're up in the stakes. Audio sounds good. Thank you, Taylor. Or Hatfield, excuse me. Hey, Joe from Facebook. Howdy. I'll catch up on the chat in just a second. So, all right, 100 for first place. What did I say? 50 for second, 25 for third. But it's harder. Major Zero. Major Zero's about to put a bunch of frowny faces in the chat. Oh, well, you guys already saw in the intro. So the topic is 80s or 70s and 80s music. So, hey, Bourbon Drops here. Cheers, guys. Man, you know, every single time I do these shows, we get to the open mic, and Bourbon Drop just like slides in with his cigar outside, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta go smoke my. I swear to you, by either the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I will have an outdoor studio to do this live outside so I can smoke a cigar with you, Myron. Anyways, so Major Zero, good luck to you, buddy. And I don't know if Bourbon Hunter's in here, but he won last week. So it's going to be a little more challenging, so I'm upping the money. We'll see if the leaderboard kind of changes around. And then as usual, I got the bourbon news. And then if there's time left over, we will do open mic. So that's the show for today. All right, let me catch up on the chat real quick, and then I will hop over into bourbon news. I have a couple interesting articles to go over. Wow, there's a lot of chat going on here. Michael's in the house, Brian's in the house, Victor's in the house, Hatfield Barbecue and Carnivores in the house. Finally found a bottle of Wanted Sagmore Double Oaked Rye. It's so good. Sean Echoes and Eternity Bourbon has been fallen in love with Sagmore. I don't have a Sagmore Rye anyway. I can't believe I don't have one. I need to get one. I don't know why I'm looking. I know I don't have one. Who else? We got Victor's here. Dave. Hey, Dave. How you doing? Dave said he was going to send me a picture of his collection once he got it all set up. So I'm looking forward to that, Dave. Dave was recently on Baker and Troy's channel. They did a live interview with him. So go check out their channel if you want to see that live. It was really fun to watch Dave on there and kind of go over his collection. And Dave, you're kind of in the area of life I want to get into. I can just chill, collect, and just drink in peace. But anyways, he said he was going to send me pictures for his bottles. The last video that I did on the channel, if you haven't seen it, is a subscriber showcase where I kind of like go over people who send in their pictures of what their collections look like and what they're drinking. It's a lot of fun to look at it. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Major Zero's here. You're in for a hard time, buddy. You told me music was going to be tough for you, so best of luck, Major Zero. Victor's here. Troy's here. Hey, Troy, how you doing? Cheers, everyone. TGIF. Indeed. TGIF to you, sir, as well. Who else is here? Brian Peddle's here. Anyone else? Troy, Major Zero. Who else am I missing? Big Daddy's here. Seriously, Victor, it's your birthday too? Did I miss that? Well, happy birthday to you too, sir. Victor, anybody else? Tater Dom is here. Cheers, Matt and everyone. Tater Dom, cheers to you, sir. I hope you are having a great Friday. Getting into the weekend. My favorite day of the week is this piece from right here until like Sunday, and then I realize I have to go back to work. Is my favorite time. Okay, why is this dinging? Let me scoot these glens apart a little bit. That's pretty annoying. Anybody else here? Sean is here. Hey guys. Hey Sean, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you showing up. Thank you. Big Daddy lip sync is way off. All right, great. Off to a good start with technical difficulties. Guys, let me know if the lip sync's off. I don't know if there's gonna be. YouTube's having some problems, guys. There was like 6 errors trying to create the live stream tonight. And when you go into YouTube Studio, it will give you like a little alert box, and there's like 10 alert boxes with this problem, this problem, this problem. So YouTube is struggling right now. And like one of the notifications was like, there is a problem sending notifications for videos. I was like, great, that's perfect, right when I'm about to go live. Let's see, anybody else? Michael Bortner's here. Hey, Sean, is what he says. Luke from Facebook, Luke Corridor, happy birthday to him and Vic tomorrow. Oh, Vic tomorrow. Luke, cheers. Thanks for coming in from Facebook. I appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. Stick around. Try to win that money. Kyle from Facebook. Hi, guys. Hey, Kyle. How are you doing, sir? Anybody else that I'm missing? Boy, you guys have been chatting a long time. Either that. Mark Gale's here. Mark, I hope you're doing well. He's recovering from COVID. Hopefully you're cool with me saying that. I probably just like blasting out your information. But I hope you're doing well, Mark. And I'm looking forward to the conversation that we had behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait for it. So thank you, Mark. Let's see. And it started with 13th Colony Southern Bourbon Whiskey and then moved to Barrel Batch number 32. Anybody else? Brett. Okay. DeBauer. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, Brett. I probably totally butchered your name. I apologize. Boy, there's a ton of chat in here. Mark. Oh, that's Mark Gale. I already mentioned him. Brian mentioned him. Joe does here. I smoke inside. I do. Yeah. If I had a house big enough where I could just sacrifice a room and just accept it's just going to be cigar smoke and maybe isolate it and get one of those like, what are those like those super duper cigar filters in the room? I might try to do that, but you just have to accept like everything in that room is going to be destroyed at that point. And then Myron is here too. Cheers. Cheers. He says cheers to Michael. Tom Griffin, that's a new one. Find on Facebook. Cool. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, see, sync is slightly off. Yeah, you guys, it's got to be a YouTube thing. Tom says find on Facebook, and YouTube is a little bit off. So sorry, guys. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. And I'm finally, oh yeah, and my wife, by the way. So as you guys know, Brandon's taking a step back from the channel. My wife's going to step in. She, if you guys have been following at all, or you're part of our Patreon, you know that just viruses have been rampaging through our house. COVID, a really nasty cold, the stomach bug, everything's been going through. My wife is finally starting to get better, so she'll be back, and she'll be standing here next to me soon. We're gonna do an after dark show. I can't remember what it's called, so that'll be cool. And Andoni Sphere, wow, hello from Philly. You were gonna have to help me out with that. Spheredy? Let me know from Facebook. Let me know if I totally butchered that name or not. Nicole, Bourbon Drop, Myron says, cheers to you. Almost called you a sir. Is that it? Taylor says, Matt Rare Breed was on sale for $41.99 today, and I freaking what? What? Yeah, I mean, I would kill you if you were in the room. That's crazy. What a great deal for a great bottle. Boy, you must really not like Rare Breed. I've got 2 bottles of Rare Breed right now, and I probably would have bought that as a backup to like $10 cost average down on all of the Rare Breeds that I've got. The filters are expensive AF. Looked into it. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Tom from Facebook. And I think everything is fine on YouTube for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Maybe change the quality of the stream, like click the gear and move it up quality. I am not sure. All right, stream is caught up. Let me clear that off. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And that's it. Okay, I guess let's go over into bourbon news. But before I do that, let me send the Zoom link over to Bourbon Bites. He's like working or something. He said he couldn't join until 9:30. So we are close to 9:30. I said I would send him the link right before I do the news so he can hop in. So let me get that over to him. So while we're doing the news, he can get in the Zoom chat, and then I'll pin the Zoom link at the end if you guys want to join as well. Let me just make sure I'm emailing the right person this Zoom link. Yes, that is him. Okay, cool. Email is sent. Is there anything else I need to pin before I go to the news? I don't think so. So let's get into, let me bring the news up. Let's get into the news, guys. Yeah, so Tom says the cigar air filtration systems. Yeah, I swear there's one that's called Rabbit or something. I really hope that's not a different type of toy. But it like mounts on the wall like vertically. And then there's like a smaller one and a bigger one. And I've seen, I think like Jeremy Sears, if you guys know who he is, he's got one. And it's supposed to work like really, really well. So that may help mitigate it, but I still don't think it's gonna fully alleviate all of the cigar smell. Rare Breed is always a daily drink. Yeah, dude, I know. I love Rare Breed. It's so, so good. Yeah, I butchered it, but it's all good. Greek name. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. All right, well, I tried my best. I apologize for totally butchering your name. It is called the Rabbit. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Okay. I'm really glad that I didn't just get totally embarrassed by that. All right, first news article. I don't have a Wahlburgers burger in my location, at least not that I'm aware of, but if you guys do, apparently Chef Paul Wahlberg is now addicted to moonshine. He took some trip to Tennessee, and while he was there, just fell in love with the whole moonshine process, the whole moonshine life, that moonshine life. I need to get that as a bumper sticker. So he's teaming up with Sugarlands Distilling Company to launch a moonshine-infused pulled pork slider. Sounds interesting. It's going to be going through like September 5th through the end of November. So Okay, he says he's always searching for new ideas to bring to his kitchen, and his latest trip to Tennessee was full of unexpected stories, people, and flavors that inspired me greatly. So it's going to be his apple rye barbecue pork sliders, which already sounds amazing, and I'm actually really hungry right now. And it's going to be infused with Maine's Rye Apple Moonshine, Ramsey and Maine's star in the Discovery Channel's show Moonshiners, if you guys have seen that. So he says he's going to pair the sliders with prepared coleslaw and onion rings. Coleslaw is kind of hit or miss to me. I'm a Southern guy, so I like all things Southern, but coleslaw is one thing I'm picky about. And then he says also they're going to be launching a cocktail called the Bootlegger Apple Cider Cocktail, which is the perfect fall complement, according to Chef Paul Wahlberg. And it's going to pair with the sliders. So there you go. So if you got a Wahlburgers restaurant in your area, then I think right now, right? September, when does it start? September 5th? Yeah, September 5th. Yeah, so it should be there now. And if you guys go check one out, send me a picture. Like, email me a picture. You can find the email in my description below, or maybe just let me know if they're good or not. Those onion rings look awful, I gotta say. Those look like the worst onion rings I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, so, all right, there you go. That is the first article. Let's go to the next one. Barstown's always in the news. Hang on, let me look at the chat so we can kind of catch up here. 10 likes, 20. Yeah, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that, sir. Wife is going to be disappointed when I spend money on that rabbit. Well, okay, look. Tom from Facebook, I guess it depends on which rabbit you're talking about. And please be careful Googling that if you're at a work or not safe for work location. Their pickles are good, but crazy. Yeah, I've never, thank you, Luke, from Facebook. I've never been to one before. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? Any chat? As a current barbecue snob, I'm intrigued. Barbecue chains usually isn't the greatest. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hatfield Barbecue. Look, this is up your alley, man. Go check it out. Joe Dub been enjoying some Old Smoky Moonshine 120 proof. Yeah, cool. Okay. All right. So let me get into the Bardstown because the chat just is continuing to go. What is my wife texting me? I hope she's not texting me that something's wrong. No, she's not. Okay. Oh, wait. What? Wait, did she just text me that there is one near here? There is one near here. That's what she's texting me. Holy crap. It's in the Battery. Okay. In Atlanta. I didn't know that. All right. Bardstown. They have announced, Cal Castillo, thank you for subscribing, that they are collaborating with, now, okay, this is for like the beer and whiskey fans out there. I don't know how I feel about this. I used to be like a huge stout beer person. Like Guinness was my go-to when I drank beer. Now that I've moved to bourbon, I feel like I've kind of upgraded. I don't really drink beer that much anymore. But Bardstown's collaborated with Goose Island Brewery, and they are creating a blend of 6 and 7 year Kentucky bourbons, which are aged for an extra year in freshly emptied Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout barrels that have not been rinsed out to ensure that all the stout and Bardstown get mixed together. Okay, but there's a little bit more to it too. So it says the bourbon was made with 9 year Kentucky bourbon, which the brand claims add flavors of chocolate malt and dried cherry. 56% of the blend was composed of the 7-year-old bourbon, 26% composed of the 6-year, and 18% housed the 9-year-old bourbon. In addition to that, let me skip the price. I'll come back in a second. The stout that they used was also aged for 8 to 16 months. So it's like this double-aged blend they got going on. They're going to be releasing it at 100 proofs. I guess they're going to probably cut it, and then they're going to sell it for $1.60. So, and then also it says it will be available on sealbox.com along with my 10-year-old bottle, which will be there soon. So, anyways, if you guys are interested in that, if you like stouts, you like beer, and you like Bardstown stuff, maybe check it out and see what it's all about. All right, that's that one. This one is so crazy. So, Kentucky, right? Known what? Bourbon, horses, I don't know, basketball. What else are they known for? Stuff like that. Obviously, bourbon. So this guy here on the right, I hope y'all's right. He found a bottle that was made in 1901, has its original cork, and still some of its original content. Now, the key word here is a little bit of the original content, all right? So that means a lot of evaporation has happened, a lot of air has gotten into it. 0% chance I would try tasting that. I would imagine all the alcohol and anything that's preserving bacteria from getting in there has long been gone. And he's selling it for $1 million. Okay? The bottle itself was distilled in Bowling Green, Kentucky, on 314 East Main Avenue, which is now a bakery. So they took the bottle back to the bakery and they were like, hey, check this out. This was made here. And the bakery was all excited about it. They said what makes it even more significant is the bottle lasted through the Prohibition era. Obviously, that was when alcohol was illegal to transport and sell. So it survived all of that. So the guy on the right, Vincent, he claims he's going to keep 75% of the money for entrepreneurial goals and then donate 25% of it to St. Jude's Hospital. That's commendable. I think there is a 0% chance he's going to get $1 million for this bottle. And I found, see, I did a little research for you guys. I love you guys. I do the little extra mile. I found the auction and he's selling it on eBay. That is not where I thought he would be selling this. So he's got it for US $1 million. I wish it said what the bid was at, but it does not, unfortunately. And boy, oh boy, there is a 0% chance. I mean, why would you spend $1 million on something that would probably kill you if you drank it? I guess you'd have to have some kind of love for Bowling, Kentucky, or just historical, let me minimize the zoom window, I didn't realize that was in the way. Bourbon, or just a massive collector, but man, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Would you spend $1 million on that? And if you want to, there's the eBay link. Feel free to go to it and bid on this bottle that's 100 and over 120 years old. I already moved the thing over. So there you go. That's insane to me. All right, next article. Matthew Lillard. This one I've got mixed feelings about. So first of all, I guess I'm just so old. Like, I know Matthew Lillard as the dude from Scream, like the first Scream movie. And every movie, they're like, Good Girls actor from Scooby-Doo. And all of these other things that, like, I don't recognize this guy from. I don't even think I've ever seen Scooby-Doo. He is starting a bourbon line. Hang on, let me move this out of the way because my camera's there. I don't know how to feel about this. So here's why I'm mixed on this. I love people who get into bourbon that have a passion for it and want to raise the bar or do something unique with bourbon in general, something that creates a unique twist that nobody's done, or, hey, we're going to try something new, something that adds newness to the industry, right? But I don't know if you can see that, you can't see it because the camera's too small, but every single comment that he has in here, he's coming from a point of, I'm just doing this to try to make money. So in fact, one of the quotes he says was, after seeing the success with Kentucky Whiskey Blue Run, which was recently sold to Molson Coors, Lillard saw a massive opportunity to create a high-end spirit experience to sell. Like, what? So he just seems to be getting into it, in my opinion, for the wrong reasons. Anyways, apparently he's like super into Dungeons and Dragons, and so the bottles have like this big D&D type artwork on it. He's like hired all these people to do a bunch of artwork for the bottle. He says there's only going to be 16 bottles total, and he specifically is doing this in very limited runs to make it collector stuff instead of like being passionate about what he's doing. So I don't know. If you like Matthew Lillard, if you like collecting stuff, if you're a huge fan of D&D, I don't know. Maybe check it out. Maybe I'm being too harsh on it. But anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. All right, last thing that I wanted to mention. I thought this isn't really a news article. I thought this was kind of cool. So King's Family Distillery, love their stuff. I've got a ton of bottles by them. Sean is in the chat now. He's got the 15-year bourbon bottle that I gave him, and I'm pretty sure he likes it just as much as I do. They put out a tweet where they, what is this? This is all of the American column distillers, all of the companies who are running American column distillers that are 28-inch or larger columns by capacity ranked. And then because I actually asked them how they broke down the JD thing, and they said that Brown-Forman and JD, they broke out their Louisville plant, which they actually mislabeled as Early Times BF Shively here. But I thought this was really interesting to kind of see. I love like data that's been beautified. So JD like killing it with the amount of capacity they got, Old Buffalo Trace. I didn't realize Heaven Hill was that big. I guess that makes sense. And then, of course, MGP, dwarfed by JD, which actually kind of shocked me a little bit. Maybe not you guys. Four Roses, and then a bunch of little pieces of the slice of the pie here. Angel's Envy, Green River coming in, Wild Turkey, Heaven Hill, Maker's Mark, Bardston. Anyways, I thought this was kind of interesting. So if you want to see this, or if you want to save it or look at it a little more, go over to Twitter on the Kings County Distillery Twitter channel, and it's like one of their recent tweets. Thought it was interesting. That concludes the bourbon news. All right, what'd you guys think? Anything of interest? Is anybody going to go to eBay bid on that $1 million bottle? That is like nuts. I can't even believe that. All right, let me see if Bourbon Bites is in the chat yet. Bear with me, guys. Let's see if he is in the chat. He is in the chat. All right, let me bring him in. Let's do the technical test first, I guess. All right, Clifton, can you hear me? Please, God, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God, he can hear me. Is this going to be the first live show where we have zero technical errors, people? All right, give me 1 second, Clifton, and I'll turn my camera on. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. All right, guys, let me go through the chat real quick. Actually, hang on. Let me just bring him in, and then we'll go through the chat together. Hang on. Okay, can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see me?
I can see you. I can't believe this is this is like the most solid stream so far with no issues. I can't believe it. There's always like some kind of really weird thing going on. All right, give me 1 second, Clifton. Let me catch up on the chat, and then, oh my goodness, that would be awesome. Will you at least pay for shipping? Yeah. Did you see the bourbon news? Were you paying attention at all?
I just placed my bid, actually.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen. You got to let me know if it kills you or not, because that's insane.
We'll see.
Guinness is my favorite beer. Yeah, mine too. You know what? That doesn't surprise me, Major Zero, being such a Scotch fan that you are. Hey, Zopher1920. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining, Zopher. Appreciate it. Let's see. Anybody else talk? All right, look. I'll catch up on the chat later. Guys, please welcome. Let me hit. I got a cheer button. There you go. I don't know if Clifton can hear that or not, but everybody welcome Bourbon Bites. Thank you so much for joining. You kind of joined super last minute, so I really appreciate you doing that.
Of course. Thank you for the invite. Yeah, I actually had not heard of your channel before, but I've been doing some research as I was finishing up my work day, so I had to check it out. You've had some really great guests on, so I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate it. So like one of the things that I really aspire to do is like promote the whole bourbon community and put like a really good spotlight on everybody. And I think maybe there's kind of like a little bit of a negative stigma on some things, but everybody that I've met so far has been absolutely incredible. I've made some really good friends, like migrated to texting friends through this channel. So it's been a really great experience so far. How about you? Do you feel like that's kind of similar with what you've been finding on your channel?
Definitely. It's crazy how many different, I guess, like micro sections of WhiskeyTube there are, because I'm looking at the chat here, and of course I recognize like Zopher1920. He's from he's one of my patrons. But so many people in the chat I've never met before, and I'm excited to finally meet you and get to know this community, because there's so many channels out there. It's hard to keep up with all the live streams, but I always love finding a new one to watch. So
yeah,
you got a new subscriber.
yeah, I totally agree with you. And by the way, guys, I've got the I got your website there, or no, excuse me, I've got your YouTube channel, and then also I'm going to pin. Let me do this real quick. Hang on a second. Let me find my YouTube chat. All right, there you guys go. I'm going to pin his channel. If you haven't done so, go check out his channel. I got it pinned now, and if you're interested in his stuff, subscribe to him, please. Support the bourbon community and check out what he's got going on. So, all right, before I get into the questions, I just got to say, first of all, I love your retro style. I am in love with that.
As I love yours.
Thank you.
I was like, oh no. I was like, are you gonna invite me on to like battle out like the whole like 80s thing? I was like, oh, is this a challenge? I'm like, I gotta put my green screen up. I gotta go all out.
No, it is not a challenge, but like I watched your stuff and I was telling my wife, I was like, oh my God, I love the stuff that he's doing. I just like fell in love with like your whole ambiance. I was like, yes, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I love.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always been an interest of mine as well. I mean, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I'm a 90s baby, but I've always loved that whole, aesthetic, old arcades. Like I've spent my time going to arcades just to play the classics. So it's always been something that I've been interested in. So it's kind of why I took on the theme for the channel.
Yeah, so I'm significantly older than you, and I did grow up in that era. And I actually had, I don't know if you saw in the intro, but I actually did have a little arcade machine there.
I saw it. I saw that. That was nice. Nice touch.
Yeah, that was where we used to like make friends. Actually, we'd have like a bunch of quarters, and just parents would just drop you off, and they were like, "Best of luck. Hope you don't get abducted." And that was kind of what we did in the arcade. So
So you can still do it as an adult. Like arcade bars, they're popping up everywhere, and like I just love going to drink and I'm not so much meet people, but after a few drinks, you're gonna end up meeting people anyways. So
yeah,
it's always great.
Myron Bourbon Drop just says just sub. Thank you, Myron. I appreciate that. Thanks for supporting.
Thank you.
Okay, so questions. All right, you ready?
Oh, hold on. I saw your news article about that slider, moonshine slider thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm interested, but I think I'm even more interested. I'm gonna pour some of my Arby's smoked bourbon because I feel like
Oh.
it's pretty on theme for that news article. So did you get this one?
No, I missed it, and I tried so hard to find it. I can't believe you have that. How is that? Is it any good?
Well, I haven't had it since I reviewed it, if that tells you much of anything. You know what? It makes a really good old fashioned, I will say. It does have a lot of the smoky characteristics. It's pretty sweet on its own. It's not like an everyday drinker, but
Yeah.
I definitely waited up for it to go live, and I was refreshing my page over and over. I got their vodka too. I got lucky with that as well. So, not provided as media samples. I bought it with my own money. So.
Right on. Good for you. That's awesome. Is it? I'll have to go back to your channel and take a look at the review you did. I haven't seen it yet. Is it better than the Knob Creek Smoked Maple?
Well, to be fair, I haven't had them. As much as I love Knob Creek, I haven't had the smoked maple. Although revisiting this, I just poured myself some of it for the first time in a long time. It's actually not nearly as sweet. It's actually a lot more natural, of like a barbecue smoke. I mean, I saw you had some barbecue fans in the chat. Y'all might be a fan of this one because it's pretty. I mean, I'm from South Carolina, so I know my barbecue. I live in California now, but yeah, that's a pretty accurate barbecue taste.
No kidding. All right. Well, I may have to try to find that. All right. So you ready? You ready for your questions, good sir?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. All right. How did you start your bourbon journey? Like your bourbon enthusiast, I don't know, venture into this whole field, and and I guess more specifically, like what inspired you to, to want to put your face behind a camera? Because let me tell you, you put yourself at the subject of a million keyboard warriors out there, and boy, did I get it sometimes. So what inspired you to I guess, get into bourbon and then step behind a camera and share that experience with the world?
Well, there's two different answers to that question. The whole camera thing of it, I've actually been doing YouTube videos since I was 15. So I joined back in 2008, and I had a different channel. Of course, wasn't doing whiskey reviews when I was 15. Sorry, guys. But no, I had like a whole like comedy sketch, song parody channel that like kind of for the time was pretty successful. Now relatively, like it looks like small fish, but at the time it was like I got recognized a few times in public, which was really cool. But then I went off to college. I kind of got busy with other organizations volunteering, so I kind of let the channel die a bit.
Yeah.
And wanted to come back, do a bit more. The channel that I'm on right now actually started as like a vlog channel where I was doing vlogs. I was doing unboxings of like different like subscription boxes. Just it was all over the place. It was really weird. But I actually got into whiskey because I actually watched other whiskey YouTubers. At the time, I was fresh out of college. I wasn't much of a drinker just in general. But living in the South, I was always really fascinated by like whiskey culture and like bourbon. It was something that I had seen growing up, but didn't really have much experience with. So I went into a random liquor store in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was like, didn't know what I was looking at. I saw the bourbon section. I'm like, I have no clue what to grab. So I pulled out YouTube, searched best bourbons under, I think it was like $30 or whatever, because I was, again, fresh out of college.
Yep.
And I came across a channel called It's Bourbonite with Chad and Sarah. And they really were the channel that got me into whiskey. And I watched that video. I bought a couple of the bottles that were on their list and began to, find my palate, find the whiskeys that I liked. And it only went uphill in price from there. It started at $35. I spent a lot more now, but no, it's been a great journey, and I've really enjoyed, the community, the people, and just everything about it. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Big Daddy says, "Oh my God, I'm a '50s baby." All right, Big Daddy, you got me beat. I'm not a '50s baby. Major Zero says he just subbed. Dave Vogelsang says he just subbed. And
Thank you, guys.
somebody else said he just subbed. Oh, Kyle Castillo from Facebook says he just subbed. Thank you. Thank you for watching over on Facebook, Kyle. Appreciate that.
And those of you that are subscribing, I don't do as many of the edited review videos like I used to early on. I actually fully dedicated to the live streams. So I go live on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. If any of you are up that late, because I know it's late for people in the East Coast, but yeah, it's always a good Thursday night stream.
Do you let people come on? Because if so, maybe I'll sneak in there one day.
I do like to. I haven't had it. Lately I've been interviewing a lot of distillery reps, but I love doing community streams. I've done like my birthday this past year. I invited on tons of channels. Everyone came on, had a drink with me. It was so much fun, and I also did a summer barbecue kind of thing. So love involving the community, and I'd love to have you on sometime.
Absolutely, we're going to revisit the distillery interviews in just a second. Big Daddy says he just subbed. Thank you, Big Daddy. Appreciate that. And Sean just subbed to you too. So cool. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, guys.
All right. What was your memorable, or I guess what was probably your biggest memorable moment in your YouTube? I don't know if you want to say your YouTube venture or your bourbon venture, because it sounds like you've done a couple different things with your YouTube channel. So I guess what's your overall favorite moment in YouTube so far?
Oh, in YouTube, I will say New Year's Eve in 2020, when no one was out doing much of anything that year. I had a big WhiskeyTube New Year's Eve live stream where I invited on so many channels, and we all got to celebrate together. There weren't many people going to do in-person things because, again, it was 2020 and everything was shut down. But that was one of the best whiskey community moments. I mean, I'm still really proud of that stream. I didn't do it afterwards because, of course, people are back to hopefully mostly normal life. But for that year, that was just so much fun, and that was definitely my favorite YouTube whiskey memory. But why do I have two answers to every question? Sorry, I'm probably going on too long. But related to whiskey, I went to my first local whiskey group meetup here in Southern California a few months after I moved out here. I found a group of friends that well, now they're friends. At the time they were strangers, and they invited me to come to their house and drink whiskey, and I had never done that before. And I showed up to my first one, still very new to whiskey, and of course someone had to bring Booker's Rye to that meetup. So that was my aha moment. I saw in the question, I was like, that tasting that whiskey was the best thing I've ever had, and I've revisited it since then, and I still think that's the best whiskey I've ever had. So that definitely was my top whiskey moment. Not the community itself, but just the whiskey itself. That blew my mind even back then when I was I was not deserving of that bottle.
That's amazing. Don't apologize. The floor is yours. I love this. So take your time on answering. People can bail out if they want, but I'm enjoying the conversation. So for 1920, he agrees with you. He says that was such an amazing time. So it sounds like that was a really good live stream. Do you still have it up? I'll have to go check it out if you still have it up.
Oh yeah, it's still there. I mean, I you know what's funny? I was counting. Part of the live stream was counting down my top 10 whiskeys of the year. I had so much fun with it that I forgot to announce my number one whiskey of the year. We just did our countdown to New Year's Eve, and then I was like, bye everybody. So I had to wake up the next morning and record my number one whiskey of 2020.
That's too funny.
We were having too much fun.
Okay, well that's a great segue. So Baker Drink says, thanks for letting me know your live schedule. I'll definitely be tuning in. That's a perfect time for me to watch. Cool, Baker Drink.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you there.
Okay, so a great segue into the next question. What is your personal favorite bourbon? And then maybe we can kind of piggyback into Remus 6 in a minute, and then we can share it together. So what's your favorite bourbon so far?
I always give the same answer to that, and so far I have not been let down by this bottle. I know they've changed it up a bit, especially this year with the releases. There is no longer a standardized age statement on it, but they do put the age on it. And of course, talking about Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, it's always been my favorite. It's just value-wise, not quite availability. It's somewhat available here in Southern California, but not nearly as much as it could be. But man, it's just such a consistently good pour. I'm a huge fan of Heaven Hill. Most of their whiskeys, I love. Sure. Same with Jim Beam. Yeah. But yeah, so Elijah Craig and Jim Beam, Knob Creek, are my absolute favorites. But yeah, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I don't think anything can beat it for the price, in my personal opinion. So that's definitely my go-to. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's a great value for that bottle, and every one that I've had so far, I thoroughly enjoy. So I totally agree with you. What did you think? And we can take a break in the questions for a second. What was your? So I watched your brief review. I've had all the Remuses except this one. This has been sitting on my shelf for so long that Remus 7 is out now. Right.
And I still haven't had it yet. So do you have a pour of it? You want to taste it with me together?
Yeah, I grabbed my bottle. This is actually my second bottle of it. So
what?
If that says anything about it, yeah.
Okay, I'm excited now because the whole reason I have loved the Remus Journey, and 3 and 5 were probably my all-time two favorite bottles. My mom, I
Mm.
love my mom with all my heart. I went over to my mom's house with when I first got the Remus 5 bottle, and we drank it down to here, like in one
Wow.
night. So I like went home and like scrambled to find another one. So I've got one more 5 left. And then 6 came out, and of course I was like, yeah, let's get it. I love the Remus stuff. And before I could drink it, every single YouTuber that I saw was like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. And I was like, so disappointed. I never even tried it yet.
For the 6, really interesting. Okay,
Yeah. Well, I guess, I
oh,
guess,
okay. I was gonna say I don't know if I didn't see that people said it sucked. I saw that people were comparing it to the 5, which a lot of people regarded as like
yes.
one of the best releases they've done. Which I agree. I did a blind flight. I had like 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 3 was my number 1, 5 was my number 2, 6 was my number 3. It's been a while, so I don't really remember exactly
Yeah.
the order. But yeah, number 3 was my absolute favorite.
Yeah. I think what you just said is probably a more fair statement that everybody was comparing it to the 5 and they were disappointed
Right.
it wasn't as good. But how do you keep improving every year? And I know there's a lot younger juice in this one than there was in the 5. So a lot of this is
Yeah.
from 20, I mean, a lot of this is from 2012 and 2014.
Well,
So,
that's the thing. This is what kind of disappointed me about this one is they went from, like you said, the hyper age. The 5 had so much older stuff in it. This one they kind of tricked you because they say that there's a 2008 bourbon in here, which
yeah,
is what, like 15 years old,
right.
but
2
2%.
percent. I know. It's like
So
yeah,
that rubbed me the wrong way. So that was my first impression. I was like, I don't care that it's younger, but like, come on now, don't give me 2% of something and be like, oh, it's got 16-year-old whiskey in it when
yeah. They like take like a dropper to drip it in there just so they can say it's got 2008 in it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michael Bortner from YouTube says, "I hate being left out, so I just subbed to Bourbon Bites too."
Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm excited. The nose of this, let me say this, extremely bright nose. This is like very fruity. I'm getting a lot of like pineapple and apricot on this.
Yeah, it's so interesting because last night on my stream, I compared this to the new batch 7. And to me, the batch 7 was more bright and fruity compared to this. But doing this on
Really?
its own, yeah, batch 7 to me is like, I got cherry, like a ton of cherry,
Okay.
which is normally what I get on like a Buffalo Trace product. But, and I thought this one drank last night, it was very oak forward. Like the oak was the dominant note on it. But having it on its own right now, I mean, it could be because I just had that Arby's bourbon. But right now, I'm getting the same brightness, the fruitiness that you're getting on it too.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of. So I'm getting the oak note you're talking about, but it's almost kind of like a diluted oak with like some honey in it or something.
Mm,
It's got a very
yes.
sweet fruity nose to me, and maybe a little bit of orange, but not like the bitter orange peel, like actual like orange.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, it's almost like an old fashioned kind of nose, right? Like
Yeah,
got a yeah, that like orange peel.
yeah, right on. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. All right, I'm curious to try it. All right, so cheers to you, Clifton. Thanks for joining.
Cheers
This
to you.
my
Thanks for having me on.
my first time with Remus 6. Let's do it. Oh, this bottle's getting undeserved hate. That's not bad at all. That's really good. It's got this really nice Major Zero. You might like this. It's got a really nice smoky note to me. This is like a smoky orange old fashioned with a little bit
Yep.
of like I still get that apricot note in the taste somehow.
Mhm.
Oh, that's really good. I don't hate that at all. That's pretty good.
So have you been avoiding it because of the negative reviews? I saw someone in the chat said they avoided it for that reason as well.
Yeah, literally when I took it off the shelf, I had to brush dust off of it. I mean, I love all the Remus stuff. I even have the, I don't know if you've had this, but hopefully I can get it down without breaking it. I've even got the Gatsby.
Oh, I had a sample. One of my patrons sent me a sample of it. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, yeah. So just going back into the distiller interviews, Ian Sturzman commented on that video
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, because we were talking about how it's such a low proof for a 15-year bourbon. So he like swoops in Ian Sturzman and he's like, "Hi, I'm the one that made that bottle," and he's like, "The reason why it's so low proof," and he goes into this whole scientific thing about how the distillery is in this valley in Ohio and these two rivers are colliding, and so
Mhm.
it's high humidity, and he goes on and on. I was like, my mind was blown. Like at the time, our channel had like 10 subscribers, and here's Ian Sturzman swooping in, and I'm like, that's crazy. But what I was going to say though is I reached out to him like maybe last week and asked if he'd come on the show, and he said yes. He was like, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's awesome.
He
I'll
was,
have to tune in. That I haven't spoken with them, but that's so cool.
I know. I was like, holy crap. So he gave me his personal email address, and he was like, email me here. So I emailed him kind of like I did with you, like all the the logistics of everything. So yeah, I'm super excited to talk with him. That'll be awesome. So for those of you
That's
guys
so cool.
who don't know Ian Sturzman, he's MGP Ross Squibb Master Distiller, I think, is his official
Distiller, yeah.
title. Yeah, yeah. All right. So YouTube's a visual medium, and I think I already know the answer to this. How do you approach like the visual presentation of your bourbon reviews? I mean, I think I already know the answer to this, but I mean, go ahead. I'll
Yeah.
just give you that softball.
Yeah. I mean, I focused way more on it when I was in the earlier stages where I was focused on doing individual reviews. I also had a podcast based on this.
Yeah. Okay.
So we talked about the theme before, like the 80s, like retro vibe.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about my podcast, I only did it for like a year and a half. I went up to 50 episodes, which I'm very proud to have done 50 podcast episodes, but I always blended bourbon news and gaming news. And I kind of did like mashup there. And I've done a little bit of that with my channel. I've done some collaborations with other YouTubers, and we play some games. I know on my Patreon and my Discord, we always do game nights. So I still keep that theme alive. I also just started doing 80s movie nights for my patrons. So we get together on Discord and we stream an 80s movie and watch it together, then hang out after. It's so much fun. And again, like I said, I didn't grow up in that era, so I'm getting to watch so many things that I missed out on. And I'm finding so many movies that have become some of my favorite movies just from watching them there. So I know I feel like I'm like faking it a bit with the 80s like thing, but I've just been so fascinated with that era, just the aesthetic of it all.
What year were you born?
93.
Okay, well, look, I will give you an honorary 80s pass so you can be part of the 80s along with us because, in my opinion, the 80s was amazing. I made an 80s joke. Actually, excuse me, let me not say an 80s joke. I made a Terminator movie quote joke at work to, like, she is probably in her early 20s, and she had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, seriously, Terminator? And she's like, what is the Terminator? I'm like, oh my God. I was like...
I mean, I'm also really bad with like references and quotes, but yeah, so I probably, not to say that I wouldn't have also missed the joke, but I wouldn't have been like, what is Terminator? I'm a little bit better than that.
Yeah, thank you. Rusty's here. Hey, Rusty, how you doing? If you stick around for the open mic, I'd like to bring on Rusty a little bit later. Yeah, I'm in love with the 80s. Hang on, somebody said something else. Oh, Myron said Remus 7 does have a cherry note. He agrees with you. Says that's very nice. The whole pours balance. He says he also stayed away from 6 for the same reason. Yeah, so Myron, if you like, to me, this is like a high smoke, oaky, apricot orange old fashioned. That's like the best way I can describe it. It's I think the hate is, compared to the 5, it's not as good for sure, but I think I maybe had like an unjustified hate for that bottle. It's not bad. It is not bad. And somebody else said something else too. Hang on.
I like Troy's comment that just came in. He said, I stayed away from Remus 6 because I never found one. Probably going to do the same for Remus number 7.
Dave said the same thing. See, a lot of people got scared of 6. And I actually had the bottle, and I was still scared to try it. So there you go. Okay. What other questions I got? So can you share some memorable experiences or interactions you've had with other viewers or fellow bourbon enthusiasts as a result of your YouTube channel?
I mean, really, just like I said earlier, like the community, like I have my Discord that I have set up for all my viewers, and just the community, like the hangouts we do there, whether it's Patreon or just random hangouts where we're just hopping on drinking.
Yeah.
I found such joy in and I've made some really great friends that I consider some of my best friends from the community. So I think that's my favorite part. Also going to, I mean, nothing beats like in-person meetups. I've only gone to a few of them because most of them happen on the East Coast. So I've only met up with a few people. I know I mentioned it's Bourbon Night earlier. I'm proud to like now call them friends versus me being like a fanboy in the early days. So I do love going to in-person meetups, meeting not just viewers, but just other whiskey channels. I'm hoping to host my own Las Vegas meetup next year. So if anyone's interested, come out to Vegas. We had no details yet, haven't planned it, but yeah, I want to do something on my own next year. Maybe throw in some gaming theme, maybe doing an arcade or something, something a little fun. So kind of just, toying some ideas there, but man, in-person meetups are so much fun. So that's my favorite part.
Yeah, is your Discord open? Is your Discord open? Mark Gale, oh my God, dude. Mark Gale, thank you, sir. Hang on, we hit the cheers button. The $5 donation, thank you, Mark Gale. You're such a great, Mark, I really appreciate that, man. I'll come back to you in just a minute, Mark. Or can't thank you enough. Is your Discord open to the public, or is it like a Patreon thing?
It's open to the public, so okay. I was gonna drop a link. I actually can't post a link because I'm not like a wrench, but I put it into our Zoom chat. If anyone can use that link to join the community, it's open to everyone. If you want more whiskey people to hang out with,
okay, hang on.
You can check that out.
I will put it.
Did that work?
Yeah. Hang on.
Okay.
See. Bourbon. Bourbon. All right, while I'm doing this, let me ask you the last question. So, bourbon has a wide range of flavor profiles. How do you think newcomers should approach exploring different styles? This is a question I get a lot. Like, how do you get these notes, these flavor notes? What did you do to try to figure out how to get the different tastes and flavor profiles? So, while you're answering that, I'll put your Discord link in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Well, for me, I mean, my biggest piece of advice is to just try everything. I know that sounds like super generic, but it's like you have to try different things to find out what you like. And I don't think you should focus on trying to find specific tasting notes early on because I feel like it's all subjective, right? Like our tasting notes we say we get cherry on it. Someone might get strawberry, someone might get bubblegum. That's all nuances of how to describe the flavor. You shouldn't be looking for those specific notes. You should be looking for what you like. So I know one of the early meetups I went to, that same group that gave me Booker's Rye, they also gave me one of my first scotches ever, which was Octomore Black Art, which was like it literally blew my palate. Or sorry, not is it Octomore or Black Art? I get confused. Whatever the super peaty one is, but it completely blew my palate. And but the thing is, I kind of liked it. So that's what got me into peated scotches, really just being thrown out there, being like, try this, and I really like it. So I'm more of a bourbon guy at heart still, but I do have a soft spot for some of those really intense peaty scotches.
Yeah. Okay. So Clifton, Mark Gale, great Patreon supporter. He says, I am in West Los Angeles. Where can I shop? Do you have any advice for him?
Nice, West LA. I work in Culver City, so I'm up in the valley, so I'm in Glendale. But that's a great question. There's so many. I mean, obviously, K&L Wine and Spirits is like based in Hollywood, but you can place orders, you can pick up anytime. That's my go-to for like harder to find things. I really feel like the Total Wines out here actually get a pretty good stock. That's actually where I got my Remus 6 backup. There's a store in shoot, I forget what the High Time Wine Cellar is also a good one. There's also SoCal Wine and Spirits.
Wait. Are they the guys that make weed whiskey? Is that them?
Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe I've been to their store. I don't think they don't make whiskey. They do picks, but I don't know if they make a whiskey.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's HI time, not like high. Like...
Oh, excuse me. Let me just put that back.
I was like, weed whiskey. Now I'm interested. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you didn't see that. All right, go ahead. Continue.
No, I mean, those are some of the top ones. I mean, again, there's a lot of smaller stores. It's really, to me, it's more about, I'm not much of a bourbon hunter. I do, love searching out like a good deal.
Yeah.
But I think, I have my stores I go to. I make connections where I can and, follow them all on social media. If you find a store that has a good social media presence, turn on notifications for their story. Because sometimes they'll post things like, we just got these in, and then I can just drive down the road and go to it. So there's a lot of good places. It's just hard to, know specific. I don't, like I said, I don't hunt very often, so I don't know the specific stores, but those are my recommendations.
What's your favorite bottle that you have just found sitting on the shelf that you had to buy on site? Do you have a bottle like that? Mine was Stag. And I paid $2.29, which is way overpriced. I had never seen one. Walked into a store, saw it sitting there. I was like, I gotta have it.
I missed the days. There was a store I used to go to, and I saw Stag Junior for $75, and I'm like, that's too expensive. I'm not going to buy that.
Oh my god!
No, because at the time it was $50, and I could get it occasionally for $50, but I was like, oh, that's too expensive. Boy, do I regret that. But no, I have like, I mean, I guess the first thing that pops in my mind when you ask that is like, it's not even. I mean, it is a special bottle. It's Michter's Toasted Rye. When that one came out, the first batch in 2018.
Yeah.
And it was more of like a. It was we had a really rough day because it was the day that we had to put our cat down. Unfortunately, he had a issue that we thought was going to be a simple issue. It ended up turning into a bigger issue, and it was a day from hell. And it was just had to make the decision to do that, and it sucked. It was my first pet that was like mine versus like growing up with pets. So it just was a really tough day, and I stopped into a grocery store on the way home, and I saw there was 3 bottles of the Toasted Barrel Rye. I had a previous release and I love that bottle. I was like, I bought all 3. I'm like, I'm going to drink these in memory of my cat. That sounds so sappy, but it's like, that was my like store shelf bottle that just, I still have 2 of those available. So yeah,
I like how you slipped in there. That's where I bought my backup of Remus 6. So you actually like it enough to have a backup of it. Wow.
Well, I'm drinking, this is the backup. It's half gone. So,
so Myron, there you go, buddy. He's got a backup that's already half gone. It's not a bad bottle.
That was the one at Total Wine. Yeah, well, it was actually made up. I looked back at my list, and it was one of my top 10 whiskeys of last year, and I didn't remember it being so high up. But it's a good one.
So Mark says that's where I shop. He says Total Wine, also LA Distillery in Culver City.
Oh, LA Distillery. You know what? I've emailed them. I've heard they're not good about getting back to me on emails. I might either just pop in there. I can walk to the LA Distillery from my work, so I might pop in there one day. Not to be like, hey, I'm a YouTuber, but more like, hey, I'm curious about because I love trying local craft distilleries,
Yeah.
so I got to give them a try.
Dave says Remus 6 sits on the shelves for around 129. Rusty
I
says
paid 90 for my bottle that I got at Total Wine. So I was like, for 90 bucks, I might as well get another one.
that's not bad. Rusty says, have you talked about High West? I'm having their blended straight bourbon tonight. A little thin tasting and drinks lower than 92 proof, but not bad. I have some High West bottles, but I haven't tried it yet, if you can believe it. There's a guy that I buy from, and he will like saran wrap like Benchmark 8 and High West to like Blanton's to like try to move
Oh
the
yeah.
other bottles. So that's why I have a bunch of High West, but I actually haven't tried it yet. So
Yeah, I like High West. I do like their rye better than their bourbon. Um, they used to do, I don't know if they still do them, but they used to do a bunch of barrel selects that store picks would do, but they wouldn't just give like a pick of one of their barrels. It was always finished as something unique. So there was some really cool, crazy finished High West out for a while.
yeah.
Haven't seen it lately though, but I do. I'm a fan of High West.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to try it then. Yeah. So Brett De Beer says High West Double Rye. That's interesting. I've recently gotten into ryes. I thought that I hated ryes, and now I've discovered that I just tried some really crappy ryes in the very beginning. I have found some amazing ryes, including the JD single barrel proof rye.
Oh,
Incredible.
nice,
It's so
nice.
good. So
I just had
good.
the not barrel proof version, but I was drinking some of this last night.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so do you like typically like lower rye mash bill ryes or higher rye?
I don't know actually. Maybe I should start paying attention to that. What I can tell you is the Guar whiskey, this Catoctin Creek
Oh,
rye.
yeah, I've had that one too.
I hated this. I hated this one. So whatever this is, if this is high or low,
I don't actually know. I know they do their own stuff. A good way to test it is Indiana or Frost and Squibb put out a bunch of like they source out their rye often.
uh-huh.
A good one is George Dickel rye is actually, at least it may have changed lately, but it used to be sourced from Indiana, and that's a 95.5 rye, so it's like 95% rye. That's a good one. New Riff rye is also one of those really high rye ones. So if you can try one of those and see if you like it, if you do, then you do like high rye ryes. But if you don't, maybe stick with the Jack Daniels, the Pikesvilles, the Rittenhouse, the lower ryes. I
Yeah.
love them all. So
100% pure mustard, best name ever. Says, and I've never seen that name before. The new JD Bottle and Bond rye is solid for 30 bucks.
yes,
Everybody seems to have that except me. I cannot
I
find
just
that.
bought it. I
Really?
just bought it. Yeah, I bought it for my stream yesterday. I reviewed it for the first time, and I agree. The bottle and bond or the bottle and bond Tennessee whiskey from Jack Daniels was kind of like meh for me,
Uh-huh.
but that rye, something about it, I actually like it more than the single barrel rye. So if you can find it, they only sell it in the 700 and the 1 liter, 700 milliliter and 1 liter bottles for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found my Total Wine had it, but I bought it somewhere else. So it's making its way. It just hit my area. So where are you based, by the way? I was curious.
So I live in like a little city called Flowery Branch. It's like 20 miles north of Atlanta. The only thing
Nice.
we're the only thing we're known for is the Falcons training camp. That's it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina. No one knows. I just always say I'm near Charlotte.
Yeah.
That's always my go-to.
Well, I used to live in Greenville, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, I'm familiar with that area. So Troy says High West Double Rye picks are buy on site. They're going away. So what's out there now is what is all there is. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Thank you, Troy. All right, cool. Joe Duff from Facebook says, love the Dickel Rye. I've not had the Dickel Rye yet.
I don't know if they've changed it, but back when I was buying, I mean, it's like 16 or 17 bucks, and it's like I don't know if it's age stated, but it's a great example of that like high rye Mashville.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are you going to stick around to play the Kahoot game? $100 first place, $50 second place, 25 third, and look, it's 70s 80s music, so you can kind of you can take the 80s honorary card I've given you and try to like hold it up into into the light and see if you win. You want to stick around?
Y'all are gonna expose me because like this is the thing. Again, I didn't grow up with this music. I love me some 80s music, but I'm so like trivia, just like I will do awful. I will try. I'll give it a try.
Well, the good
but
news is you can sign up with whatever name you want, and so nobody has to know who you are. If
who
you
do I
that.
blame? Who in the chat? Like
Right.
Victor, Keith, Michael, Brad. Which one of you should I be?
There you go. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I know it was super last minute, guys. I got his channel pinned at the top. Go subscribe to him if you haven't. Go check out his channel. Is there anything you would like to promote, Clifton, before we bail out?
No, just like I said, thank you so much for dropping the Discord. I see a lot of folks join, so yeah, I'm so excited to welcome you all to the community. Like I said, live streams every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Next week, I think I'm going to be doing a stream of the new Barrel Craft Spirits. They have some new finishes that they just launched. So I think I'm going to be doing a bit of a review on those. But yeah, always good times. Maybe Whiskey Wisdom will be a guest coming up soon. So make sure y'all subscribe. And thank you again so much for having me on. Like I said, I know it was last minute, but super happy to join the community, meet new folks, and just share the love of whiskey.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for joining. And kudos to you. You were part of the very first, I think one of the very first non-technical issued Whiskey Wisdom live streams. It's been smooth sailing, so let's not jinx it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, there you go. And I'm going to go check out your Discord as soon as we hang up. So I'll join as soon as the stream's over. But
awesome. Thank you.
All right, I appreciate it, Clifton. Stick around. Hop back into the live chat. I'm gonna kick you out of Zoom real quick. All right, see you, Clifton.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, let me move back to the live stream main. All right, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Clifton, for joining. I love meeting with you guys and learning about what you guys are interested in and what you guys are doing. But enough of all that sappy stuff. Let's play the Kahoot game. We got 29 people here from YouTube and 12 people here from Facebook. I don't know why the counter on the screen is wrong, but that's the numbers I'm getting behind the scenes. Who's ready for Kahoot? Hit W in the chat if you guys want to play some Kahoot. And I'm going to give Clifton just a couple seconds to pop into the chat. Oh, okay. All right. Looks like he's ready. Let's see how this goes. All right. Let me bring it up. Start the game. And again, Major Zero. Music buddy. You said music was your weakness. I don't know. Is Major Zero still here? He is still here. Okay. Let me kill this music. Kill that. All right. Let me go over to the Kahoot screen. All right, guys. So go to kahoot.it and let me get rid of the chat. Go to kahoot.it and punch in that code. And while you guys are doing that, oh, Dave's here. You little sneak. Look at Dave and Nikki jumping in first. I think I got some little Kahoot music we can play while we're waiting. There we go. All right, let me turn it down. My wife said it was too loud last time. Your music, too loud, too loud. My wife's always yelling at me. Your music's... Oh, Bourbon Bites. Busting in with his actual name. All right, buddy. All right, I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to a minute to join. And I'm going to continue enjoying the Remus 6, by the way. Myron, go get it. Dave, go get it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Independent Joe. What? Did you? Hang on. I can fix that, Joe. I can fix that, Joe. I don't know why you would have. All right, try now, Joe. I have no idea why you would have lost that. It would. No, no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. My dog ate my homework. You should have it now, Joe. Joy from Baker Drinks. Joe in the house. Joe, you gonna play Kahoot? Mr. Joe, he is a mechanic, Victor. Independent Joe's always a mechanic, man. Independent Joe, love you, buddy. I'm glad you're here, man. Glad to see you. All right, where are we at? How many people? We got 17 people. Is that it? Is that it? I'll give you guys another 30 seconds. It's looking like it's only gonna be 17. Look, the less people that join, I guess the better odds for you guys. 16. Somebody left. All right. 28 people here, only 16 playing. 10 more seconds, guys. Man, that Remus 6 is not bad. All right, 17. Whoever dropped came back. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Here we go. 70s, 80s music. All right, easy questions. This is the easy part. Oh, I gotta hit next. I'm an idiot. I'm like, why is nothing happening? Which band had the most #1 singles in the United States in the 1970s? Beatles, Rolling Stones, Elton John, Barbra Streisand. Cheers, Rusty. I'm glad you're here, man. 17 answers. That should be it, right? Beatles is correct, I think. Yeah, Beatles is correct. All right, where are we at? Mother Knows B? I don't know who that is. That's a new one. DH hanging in there. Whiskey Panda, Andrew G. All right, next one, guys. Which song was the first to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify? Don't Stop Believin', Sweet Child of Mine, Bohemian Rhapsody, or Billie Jean? Anybody seen Wayne's World? They should know. Yes. If the Kahoot music is too loud, by the way, let me know, guys. My wife was pretty upset how loud it was last time. Bourbon Bites! Okay, look, man, my honorary 80s card. You're doing good, man. You're in 4th place. Whiskey Corner on the board now. Mother Knows B still up there. Still up there. Rex DeLorean, dude. Oh my God. That's such a great name. All right, next question. Which band had the album with the longest chart run on the Billboard 200 chart? Zeppelin, Album 4, Pink Floyd, DSOTM, Eagles, Hotel California, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Cheers, Eric Isaacson. Thanks for joining. Oh man, I'm surprised that many people said Eagles. It's Dark Side of the Moon is correct. I think Dark Side of the Moon, don't quote me on this, is one of the few albums that is still being, like CDs are still being made today. That's how crazy popular that album was. Rex DeLorean, Bourbon, dude, Bourbon Bites on fire. Number 2, look at you. Oh, I go, no, I might not. Dude, 2nd place, you deserve that honorary card, man. No pressure. Don't fall off the leaderboard or anything, though, buddy. So Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, 917 weeks on the Billboard Top 200, 17 and a half years. Are you kidding me? Zeppelin 4, 781, Eagles, 580, Fleetwood Mac, 313 weeks. That is nuts. So there you go. Which song was the first to be played on MTV? Like a Virgin, Thriller, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, or Video Killed the Radio Star? Yes, Video Killed the Radio Star. All right, let's see if the leaderboard swings any changes. Gandy Road, Dire Straits. Nope, nope. 100% Peter Mustard finally got one right. Hey, there you go, buddy. Let's see if you appear on the board. Nope, Bourbon Bites still hanging in there. Rex DeLorean takes the lead. Cutlass out of nowhere. All right, guys. Which song was the theme song from the movie The Breakfast Club? Which song? Independent Joe, thank you, my man. Absolutely. Thank you, Joe, for doing that. Helping out. Appreciate that, sir. Okay, so one person said Footloose. All right. Let's see what the leaderboard does. Bourbon Bites still there. Bourbon Bites hangs in 2nd. Gandy Road, hey, hey, hey. Rex DeLorean on fire. 5 answers in a row right. Keith Cutlass. I don't think the board changed at all, did it? Bourbon Bites, I'm impressed so far. Which song was the theme song from the movie Karate Kid? Does anybody know? This one's a little tougher. This one's a little tougher. If anybody says Footloose, Bourbon Bites, if you said Footloose, I'm revoking your card. Just want you to know that. Okay, nobody said Footloose, thank goodness. Yes, You're the Best Around by Joe Epizito is correct. Bourbon sinks to 3rd. Don't worry, look, don't worry. You're still good. Rex DeLorean still up there. Keith the Cutlass. All right, look, guys, this is like these 5 people are really kind of stealing the show here. Don't worry, we've got Double Jeopardy coming up in just a minute. Check out Baker Drinks. Thank you, Joe, for helping out. Appreciate that, Joe. Yes, guys, check out Baker Drinks as well. What 80s band released the album Synchron City? Question mark. U2, The Police, The Cure, Duran Duran. Anybody know? There you go, the police. Oh, look at this, the swing. Dave screams back on the board. Still behind the 90s, 80s kid. Mother Knows Me back on the board. All right, this is a close game, guys. All right, hard questions. This is where everything changes. Double points for every question here on out. The faster you answer, by the way, the more points you get. She's a Rainbow is a song by which legendary British rock band that had significant presence in the 70s? She's a Rainbow. The Who, Led Zeppelin, The Stones, Queen. Who was it? Wow, everybody answered so fast. I'm actually surprised at that. I thought that would be a harder question. Okay, there's a little bit of a scatter here. It was the Rolling Stones. Okay, I think we're going to see a board swing. Bourbon Bites. This may be where you fall out, buddy. No, I was wrong. Whiskey Corner coming in at the bottom, and Zofer out of nowhere. All right, guys, double points. Hard questions. Let's see. Who is this? This is a reveal. Who is this? Fastest to answer, most points. Who is it? All right, you should know by now. Everybody should know by now. My wife definitely knows who this is. Yes, that was Roger Waters, Pink Floyd. Bourbon Bites, Bourbon Bites. Okay, you're Dave back on the board. Bourbon's still in there. Rex DeLorean is just rocking it, man. All right, 13 of 18. We're getting near the end, guys. Double points. Who is this? Another reveal. Another reveal. Faster you answer, the more points you get. Slash, Carlos, George, Nile Rodgers. Okay, you should know by now. You should know by now. Like, you got two easy squares right in the middle. And look, Bourbon Bites, this is more 90s in my opinion, so you should definitely know who that is. How did we get 18 answers? I thought only 17 people were playing. Slash, yes. Carlos Santana, those people were incorrect. Does the board swing? Oh no. Bourbon Bites falls off the board. Baker cruising up. Bourbon, I got faith in you, buddy. Sandra Rose. Oh my God, some spam. I'm not gonna say that. I was wrong. I guess too soon. Yeah. All right, look, Bourbon Bites, you got a chance. Okay, we got 4 more questions, and they're all double points. The 1980 album "Remain in Light" by Talking Heads incorporated elements of world music and was produced by who produced the Talking Heads album? There's no way you guys are gonna know this. Nobody's gonna know this. Thank you, Joe. You're the best, man. I appreciate that. No one's going to know this. Yeah, okay, like a clean scatter across the board. Brian Eno. Only 2 people who probably just guessed at that. All right, where's the board going? Brett D. Brett D. popping up there. Still Rex DeLorean. My goodness, and Dave hangs on. 15 out of 18. Who wrote and originally recorded the 1973 hit song "Knocking on Heaven's Door"? Who's the original artist for that? Guns N' Roses? It was Guns N' Roses, right, guys? Guns N' Roses? Use your illusion. Come on, guys. Guns N' Roses. Choose Guns N' Roses. Who was it? Yes, Bob Dylan. I tricked 4 people. Pure Mustard. That's the best name ever. Dave hanging in. Rex DeLorean still in first. Almost done. Almost done, guys. What is the name of the American singer-songwriter known for hits like American Pie and Vincent in the 70s? Bob Dylan, Don McLean, John Denver, James Taylor. Who was it? I'm not seeing Major Zero on this board. Major Zero was right. Yes, Don McLean. Is this where Bourbon Bites pops back up on the board? Nope. All right, Pure Mustard hanging in there. Dave, no change. All right, this is the last question. All right, this is it. Hang on. I got final Kahoot. God, I can't say the word. Kahoot music. This is it, guys. Last question. Last question. Good luck, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you guys for coming. Here we go. Wow. 13 people got that right. I can't believe that. All right, here we go, guys. This is it. Here's the leaderboard. Thank you guys for coming out. I'll do open mic in just a minute. I really appreciate it. Let's see who won. Wow, Rex DeLorean. All right. Thank you guys so much for playing the Kahoot game. Joe from Facebook. Look at that, man. Rex DeLorean and Zophers. Congratulations to all of you guys for playing. And you know what, Bourbon Bites? I got to say, buddy, you held your own, my man. You held your own, dude. You were in there a long time. Okay, let's see. YouTube at Wisdom of Whiskey. And Dave, as always, Dave Hostetter, thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate how much you support this. Thank you, sir. So for those who have not won before, so Rex DeLorean, YouTube at wisdomofwhiskey.com. Shoot me an email. Say your name, Rex DeLorean. Say what place you came in. Joe from Facebook, Scooby-Doo. Email me here with your name and your position, and same with Zopher. We had 3 new finalists today. These are the first people that have won these. Email me that. I will get it over to you guys. And $100 to Rex DeLorean, $50 Joe Scooby-Doo. I keep saying duh. And then Zopher, $25. Amazon gift card coming your way. All right. That concludes the show, guys. You guys want me to do an open mic? Hit W in the chat if you want me to do an open mic. And I will bring you guys in, and we'll do a little bit of an open mic, and then we will wrap up the show. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you supporting me. Friday is one of my favorite days to hang out with you guys and support the bourbon community. And thank you to Bourbon Bites for showing up too. All right, W, do an open mic. Let's do open mic, guys. Let me pop open the Zoom. Bourbon Bites, if you want to come back in for open mic, feel free to hop in with whoever else joins. Let me do the Zoom here. New meeting. Join with that. Copy link. Where's my YouTube chat? I got too many bottles over there. There's YouTube chat. All right, if you guys want to join open mic, join Zoom. There you go. There's the Zoom link. If you guys want to pop in, we will hang out for just a little bit longer. And let's see, replace pinned message. There you go. Who do we got in here? Anybody joining yet? I can't thank you guys enough for hopping in with us every Friday. Oh man, I totally forgot to get to my blend, by the way. In fact, I will do this while we're waiting for people on Zoom to join. So somebody recommended, this is called the Old Hank. It's McKenna 10 and OGD 114. There you go. So a 1-to-1 ratio of that. So I'm gonna try that out while we wait for people to join the Zoom meeting. Okay, smells smells interesting. Jim Miner from Facebook. Hi, any yay bourbon? Yeah, I'll let you know in just a minute. Big Daddy, see you guys next week. Big Daddy, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. 100% pure mustard. At least I finished strong. Yeah, you did, man. Now I'm gonna have to go to get the Ream 6 because you said it was tasty. Oh, great. See, Victor, now I've got pressure on here. If you don't like it, you're gonna come yell at me. Brian Peddle, congrats to the winners. Absolutely. Baker drinks, always fun. Appreciate it. What was the ratio of the blend? I missed it. It's just 1-to-1. McKenna 10 and OG. I did 2 ounce, or excuse me, I did 1 ounce, 1 ounce. Yep, 1 ounce, 1 ounce is what I did. Bourbon Bites coming back in. Let me bring you back in, sir. Still got a bunch of people here on Facebook. Anybody else want to join? Join with Bourbon Bites. I got the Major Zero. Where are you, man? You're always Mr. Talky Talk. Hard but fun. Yeah, Cutlass. This one was supposed to be a little bit harder. Maybe I'll do a little easier one next week. That was very hard. I assume that's Laura. Even I knew most of the correct answers. I was born in '99. No chance. Yeah, I hear you. Thank you, Independent Joe. All right, anybody else? All right, I got Alfonso Martinez. I'll bring you in too. If you guys want to turn on your cameras, Clifton, if you can turn your camera on, I'll hop over to the Zoom thing. There you go. All right, Alfonso, if you want to get your audio and your camera working, I'll give you a minute to get that sorted. All right, looks like you got your audio. If you want to bring on your camera, sir.
Alrighty.
There you go. All right, hang on. Let me move over to the Zoom thing. Oh, we got Rusty and Major Zero. Okay, man, we got a full house coming in now. Rusty and Major Zero. All right, Rusty, I know who you are. Oh man, I love your backgrounds. All right, let me move over to the Zoom phone. All right, let me get rid of start my video and get rid of the Bourbon Bites.
Whoa!
So
Psychedelic.
I know, dude. I love his thing. Hang on, where's the? What did I click on? It clicked on Joe's. There we go. Okay, cool. Adam, where's your camera? Adam, come on. You were like the most.
It's giving me grief. Hold on, I'm gonna have to back off. First of all, that Kahoot was crap.
There we go.
You know, music is not. I shouldn't have told you. I shouldn't have told you what my kryptonite was. I feel like a supervillain monologuing, but I'm gonna have to jump off and come back because the camera's not starting for some.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So Clifton, dude, you were holding your own, my friend. So I think you did very well with the honorary 80s card.
I gotta give it up to Zofer, who's Alfonso. He came in third place, man. I knew you'd beat me. He's a music guy, like that's his thing. So I don't blame him for beating me.
Okay, that was you that came in third?
Yeah, that's Zofer.
Yep, that was me.
That's awesome. All right, well, so you got my email. Shoot me an email after the show, and I'll send you out a gift card. And
Cool.
Rusty, were you Rex DeLorean by any chance?
No, I was Professor Rusty. I was 10th place behind Major Zero.
I was 11th. I came close.
I wish that the Kahoot would tell me. It only shows me like the top 3, and then it will tell me like the 4th and 5th, but it won't show me like the whole list of everybody, which I wish it did that. But anyways.
That's fun. I like that.
I never played that. Yeah, I was gonna say, did you come up with all the questions, or was it like you pre-programmed? I was curious.
No, so like every Friday I go through like I have to come up with about 14 or so questions, and I usually pick a topic. So it takes like an hour to go because it doesn't even give you the images. Like you got to like go pick the images and upload the images.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you got to type out all the questions, and then it like limits the characters for the questions. So sometimes I got to like make the question shorter. It's a nightmare, but everybody likes it, and it's been a lot of fun.
That was so much fun.
So
we do a game show on my show, our show, Off Track Syndicate. We do like a match game. I know Clifton, he's too young, but yeah.
Hey, I know match game. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we've been having some fun with that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah, and then Rusty, if you want to put actually, hang on, I can do it for you. I can put your channel in the chat too. Yeah, I've been digging your videos as well. Hang on.
That's okay. You don't have to fib on that.
All right. Yeah. I'll put it in there for you. I will put it in there for you.
I need to do some element of gaming, because that sounds like so much fun. You guys doing those? I do what I call the Wheel of Whiskey, which is like my giveaway at the end of my stream. So it's a little bit like Wheel of Fortune themed, but it's not quite a game. So I need to gamify it a bit more. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So Keith says I was 4th for a hot minute, and then I had a Dallas Cowboys in the playoff moment. Yeah.
Oh.
I was in second. I cannot believe I got in second place for a good chunk of that.
You held for quite a while too.
Yeah.
Once I got to the latter half of the medium questions and the hard questions, I was guessing. Although I should have known the slash one. Like I guess really quickly, and I'm like, oh no! As soon as like the third block revealed, I'm like, dang. That's how I lost.
I feel like you should have known slash at least. And
I did. I just clicked too quickly, and I was like, ugh.
Because like the reveal is totally random, and it just happened to be like his 2 eyes, and I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, people should know immediately who that was.
Oh, to me it was the hair. Like it was the eyes that threw me off, and I'm like,
oh
then
really?
I saw the hair.
Okay.
Then I saw the hair. Damn it.
To me, it was just that much black in the image. I was like, everybody else does not dress all in black, and so I knew it was him.
Yeah.
Because he always has a hat, the black sunglasses, the black hair, and a leather.
I mean,
So it's like, can't go wrong.
you're literally sitting right next to somebody dressed in all black with a black hat and black sunglasses. So I don't know.
It could have been him. It could have been him.
Wait, holy shit! I'm wearing a black shirt too. So there you go.
There you go.
I didn't even realize. I guess you didn't get the memo tonight, so for the blacks.
I guess, yeah, I guess that.
Me either. I didn't even get the memo about the stream until 11 o'clock this morning.
I know. I was so surprised that you replied so quick too.
I think about it. I was like, well, one, I had to see like, who is this random guy messaging me? And then I saw your channel. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I like what you're doing. So like, hell yeah, I'm in.
I had to like scramble because the guy, I'm not gonna say who it was, but the guest who was gonna come on here canceled last minute, so it was.
I figured that was the case. I've been in those situations, and I know that scramble, so that's kind of also why the reason I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
because I've been there before.
I really appreciate you doing that, and I owe you one, and I'd love to come on your show at any time too.
Definitely, you're always welcome. Yeah, I had, like I said, I have a stream planned next week, but pretty later in September, I'm pretty open in terms of Thursday night. So if you have something in mind, please just email me. You got my email, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So this old Hank that I'm having is not bad.
Okay. What was that? Was the old granddad and the
McKenna?
McKenna.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I already killed mine.
I have OGD 114 consistently is part of blends that I'm coming across. I did a blend with Bourbon Hunter, I think the last stream, and it was OGD 114 and Woodford Double Oaked, and it was not bad either. So
wait a minute.
You got
the only old granddad I have is just the regular, just the 80 proof one, because like I needed it for a comparison that I did, and I had to buy a freaking handle of it. So now I have like a handle of just the 80 proof old granddad. It's not awful, but it's also like not something I would go to every day.
Yeah. Joe, I always say this wrong. Joe Do, have a good weekend. Gotta go now. Joe, I appreciate you joining from Facebook, and congrats, by the way, on winning. Shoot me the email, and I will get that gift card over to you, sir. New channel, check out, subscribe to Cutlass Joe. Thank you for doing that for me. I really appreciate that.
I'll give a quick shout out. I was watching with 3 other people. We were watching the show in Zoom. I was sharing it, and I think they're watching now. I don't know. I dropped out of there so I could come into here, but yeah, shout out to the Zoom peeps over there. The council, that's what we call them.
I love it. The council, the Jedi Council. All right, well, shout out to Rusty's Zoom Council. Cheers to you guys. Happy Friday. And Major Zero, you finally got your damn camera working.
But he's on mute.
But he's on mute. See? Look.
Don't blame me for these technical difficulties. These aren't me.
No, these are all him. This is not me.
I'm an IT professional. I was not on mute. I was just waiting my turn. That's what I was
There you go. So, I mean, we might as well ask, what scotch are you drinking tonight, Mr. Scotch Guy?
I just finished my famous grouse, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. I was just trying to. I got warmed up with that, and I actually drank some of the, my knockoff Forester 100 birthday blend mash.
Oh, shut up! Shut up! I hate you. There's no.
Yeah.
All right, serious Scotch question here, and I think I asked this before, but I may have been half a bottle in last week. So what do you suggest is a beginner Scotch?
I love it. I love these Scotch questions because
Yeah.
you're a Scotch fan. You just don't know it yet. So
Right.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say. No, but it's also kind of true because now I'm a Scotch fan. So I'm curious to hear your answer. I also have one from a bourbon drinker perspective,
awesome.
but like, give me yours first.
any Macallan that you want to try, because if given an open mic and enough time, I'll talk all night about this. But if you drink any of the Macallans, the Macallan 12, the Sherry Cast is a fantastic ease into Scotch. Now, if you're not afraid of peat, like Matt with Whiskey Wisdom, he's scared of it. He has to sneak up on it like a squirrel, right? But if you're not afraid of it, if you like a smoky old fashioned, the Jura 10 is a really good slide into it. There's a little bit of peat, not so much that you're going to be coughing and choking because you're a baby. If you're a man, that's enough peat to get you.
Oh wow.
So, but if Pete scares you, like Matt, he's got that bottle of 18 behind you. I can't believe you. Like when he moved the camera up a little bit closer, and you could see better that he had an 18. He was all complaining because I was giving him other things. I'd known he'd had the Macallan 18, that's what I would have sent him to the very beginning. It's like that's the best I've ever had Scotch wise is the 18, without a doubt.
I can't even
Like,
believe how many shots were just fired in that conversation. But all right, go ahead,
Right?
Clifton. I'll let you answer.
Yeah.
And then
I would say like I have a different perspective actually. So everyone when I was trying to get into Scotch from bourbon, everyone said you got to go with like the Glenfiddich 14, like the bourbon cask finished Scotches. And I did, and I just could not get into them. Like for some reason, the maltiness of some of the Highland ones, like Glenmorangie, just like did not vibe with
Are you talking about the La Santa?
just any of the Glenmorangies. So
Have you tried
all
the
of them, yeah.
Okay, so, sorry. Didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
it's
you.
okay. Yeah, so I just could not get into it, and then I realized, like for me, I don't want a Scotch that tastes like bourbon. If I want bourbon, I'm gonna drink bourbon. So that's
No,
kind of
I
why I
agree.
went off the deep end. I kind of got into some of the peatier ones, but I think someone that's new to it, I would say I really love what Compass Box does with their blends, and I think you don't have to
very
go
good.
straight to the single malts, but go to some of the Compass Box blends, whether it's the Spice Tree or the Heat Monster. You kind of get a little bit taste of both.
Orchard, yeah.
Yeah, Orchard House. Yeah. Oh, Orchard House is a great one. I love that one. Actually, thank you for the reminder. Orchard House is actually the one that I recommend to most of my bourbon friends. Even like I said, it's bourbonite. Like I brought that to one of their meetups. I'm like, I know it's a Scotch, but try it. And they were like, oh, okay, I get it.
I've not had that. How peaty is it?
Orchard House isn't peated. It's actually very
No.
fruit forward.
Is
It's
it-
so fruity. It's sweet. But it doesn't have that like malty grain quality that I didn't like about some
Is it-
Highlands.
Is it the green apple? Kind of the green apple
Yeah.
side? Yeah.
Green
okay,
apple pear.
Yeah. So, and that's a problem with, most of the guys that will take a Scotch for the first time, they think it's a bourbon. They think they're going to get like a sugar rush and get diabetes from it. They take a big mouthful from it. And Scotch is not meant to be like a child taking a big gulp of candy. You get a little piece of it, and you let it build, and you let the flavors build. The sweetness is there. It's just not at the very beginning, I mean, all these guys are like, I like a smoky old fashioned. Yeah, you like Scotch, you just don't know it yet. Because if you just start with a peated one and you go there, I had a Laford 10 the other day with pizza. It was one of the best things I've had in so long. Like I had a good charred pizza. I was like, this is what I should have been doing from the very beginning. Now Matt's got a lot to say, especially about brown sugar and cinnamon and vanilla. Let's hear about it.
no, actually, I'm going to be a little bit at odds with Bourbon Bites. I think. By the way, Rusty, I just put your channel in the chat. Check out his channel as well, guys, if you're interested.
Thank you.
The Glenmorangie La Santa specifically, or is it La Santa?
I say La Santa.
Okay, La Santa.
I'm not familiar with that one. Okay.
So it's basically like a watered down Scotch that was finished in like sherry casks. So it's like
I wouldn't say watered down, but okay.
so.
I mean, we're bourbon drinkers. Like everything under like 100 proof is watered down.
Yes, exactly. That one was okay, and then the Macallan 18 is pretty decent too. I don't hate that one.
Decent. Come on, decent. Come on, decent.
Listen, I was going to
Decent.
piggyback off of that because I also found that I gravitated toward, as a bourbon drinker, I love the really strong flavors. And I really, aside from the peatiness, I love a good, strong sherry cask finish. That's actually when you said that. I fell for Avalor Abuna, which was like a very it was cast strength, first of all, which as a bourbon lover, love that. But even like that's kind of the category that I fell into. So I love if I see that a Scotch is aged primarily in like first fill sherry cask or PX cask, I'm going to gravitate towards that. So if you like the sweeter, like the world of bourbon, like you like the sweeter things, like you said, PX cask is like definitely a good place to start.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Wait. Hang on, Adam. Independent Joe, thank you for putting that. And Myron, by the way, I know he's going to creep in this Zoom chat smoking a cigar any minute now. He's going to make me super jealous. Before you continue, Adam, the one more thing I want to mention is the to Rusty is the Aberfeldy 12-year, $30.
Very affordable.
$30. Really good. I would recommend that one too. All right, go ahead, Major Zero.
I was going to say, and I want to call you Cliff. You go by Cliff, right? You don't go by Clifton. You go by.
I go by Clifton actually, but it's okay. It's okay. It's better than called Clifford. That's what I got growing up. So
let me put my pinky out. All right, Clifton.
okay.
So what do you recommend for like a sweeter Scotch that for guys like Matt who have to have that super sweet or he can't enjoy himself? So because I'm curious.
I go back to Orchard House again. It is very sweet. It's very sweet and fruity, and I that's what surprised me about it. Like I wasn't expecting that from a Scotch. It's actually the first Scotch that I had that was that sweet. Otherwise, I'd go
I've not
towards
had
like
it.
the
I've not
sherry.
had it. So no peat at all, right? So just all
Right.
sweet. So really,
Sweet. It's like $50. It's a very affordable bottle. And it's I really like it. It's a good intro for sure.
So
I'm here in Memphis, and our selection is very limited. Like I'm relatively new to Scotch. I'm the reverse of everyone else. I drank bourbon forever, and I drank the Macallan 12, the sherry cask, and I was like, this is what I've been missing. This is this is an adult beverage. This is not me being 16 and drinking Jack Daniels in the back of a pickup. This is what men drink. And so I've sort of grown into that. So I'm going to definitely check that out and try it.
So hang on, everybody, real quick. Welcome, Laura and Troy. Thank you guys for joining.
Hello.
Hey,
So Keith Smith says the only problem with Lasanta, I believe it's chill filtered and maybe has some color added. I could be wrong. Tastes pretty good though. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Laforgue does the same thing. I think Macallan doesn't add anything. So if you can't go wrong with Macallan. So
but always check the bottle. They'll say on the bottle if they want to say it. They'll say it.
and,
I wanted to add, you said something earlier about folks, they think, some stuff they're going to take a drink of it and it's going to get their diabetes or make them diabetic or whatever. So what, and I don't know if most people know this, if you drink spirits, non-flavored, of course, it does not affect type 2 diabetics. It does not affect your sugar. Beer and wine does.
See,
Straight whiskey does not.
even more reason to stop drinking beer and come over to the whiskey spirit side.
Yes.
So internet stranger friend that I just met last week, I trust your word on that 100%. And as someone who has type 2 diabetes, thank you for that. I'll tell my boss.
I do as well. So and what it is, as far as type 1 diabetics, the danger is they get to drinking, and it's the mixers and stuff that people add, these sugar mixers. That's what gets them. Or they're drinking it straight and they don't keep track of their sugar because they're drinking, and it can actually drop their sugar level to dangerous levels. So if you're type 1 diabetic, you have to keep that in mind. Type 2, don't drink the whole bottle.
That's interesting. Okay. So Luke Cordor says the McKenna and the OGD is actually not bad. Yeah, I totally agree. I wasn't the biggest fan of my McKenna 10, and this is definitely better than each of them by themselves. We did a 10-year blind on the channel where we did McKenna 10, Eagle Rare, and Russell's Reserve 10. And for me, the McKenna 10 in a blind came in first. Eagle Rare was second. I was really surprised by that. And
McKenna. Sorry.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just catch up on chat real quick. And then Dave says, found a site, all Glenmorangie listed there have color added. And then Bourbon Drop says, editing an Elmer review while listening and watching WhiskeyWisdom might not be able to hop on the chat tonight. You know what? Good, because then I don't have to watch you smoking a cigar and making me want to go smoke a cigar. Myron, no worries, man. I appreciate you being here and supporting us. All right, Clifton, I'll turn it back over to you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's no problem. So I was going to say, I actually got burned by McKenna for a while that I wouldn't even buy it because, so I don't want to be one of those people that said I bought it before it got popular. But I mean, I used to get McKenna 10 for $26. So, I was on this. But
Rocking chair, porch.
Can we see that again? You're like, I got it for $10. That was not
$10.
I said I don't want to be. I didn't say I wasn't one of those people. But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is I would buy it every day for that price because I thought 10-year bourbon, hell yeah, it's a steal. But around the time that it kind of blew up, it got named #1 whiskey of the year by some magazine somewhere.
San Francisco Spirits Awards.
Or those Spirits
whatever.
Awards, yeah. And I knew I was like, it's going to blow up. So I went to a store that had a barrel of it's not a pick, but it was just they had all the same barrel. And I bought 3 bottles. I'm like, oh, this is about to shoot up in value. That barrel was so off, flavor profile. And I said before, I'm a Heaven Hill fan. So I was so confused. I was like, why does this taste like it just tasted awful? And I'm like, maybe it's just this bottle. So I opened the other one. Same thing. It was just really a bad barrel. And I wrote off McKenna for the longest time. And it was a while because I know the price did go up. It was a while before I tried it again because I'm like, that really ruined my opinion of it. But I did go back to it about a year ago and I paid double the price that I paid originally for it. But everything that I loved about it originally was still there. So to your point about the McKenna winning the blind flight, they're single barrels, right? So it's such a variable.
Yeah.
Which one? Like some of them are incredible, but also some are duds. So
Yeah.
So
I agree with you. And the double the price is probably them scraping all the gunk out of the barrels that they bought or whatever was wrong with the previous ones. Because you're not the only one to say that. McKenna 10, I see consistently in a lot of channels that do like bottles I regret buying lists. McKenna 10 is always in that list. So it surprised me that in a blind, this one for me. Now, like you said, I got barrel 13619. Maybe that was just a good barrel. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if people that regret buying it, if they just like they paid $150 for it or something ridiculous like that.
I hope not.
Because I would regret it if I paid that much.
Me too.
Well, I've been hunting that bottle pretty hard, and someone, I'll say his name, Vic sent me one, and it's going to be my Sunday pour, so I'm excited.
He hand delivered you one.
He hand delivered me one. Yes, we live in the same neighborhood, so he bought. So I'm excited about this, but it's something I've been hunting and just can't find. I'm in Memphis, and we have a weird market here. If you've seen any of my videos, they're like all over the board. Like everybody's like, I can't believe you have, Lucky 7 and the Holiday and all this, and then but we have Buffalo Trace like all day long. I can get that anywhere. People are like, I can't believe you just have it there. So, but this McKenna 10 is nowhere to be found. So I'm excited.
Interesting. Okay.
And see, 100% pure mustard comes in and says, I've had 2 different McKennas and both were meh. Yeah, see, it's got to just be, I don't know what's going on with them. It's totally hit or miss.
So,
which at $26, it's like, okay, that was a dud. But at what they're charging now, I mean, I see them for like 60-ish around here now. So
how cool is this little bottle of Macallan, by the way, that someone sent me? So
looks like pea water.
Yeah.
I would say it matches the size of the bottles behind. The bottles behind you look just the same size.
I know it's the coolest little bottle, and this is what I'm having right now because I had some bourbon early, and I gotta get that sweet taste out of my mouth and.
Wash it down.
With that, I'll have some more bourbon. I'm gonna pour some Russell's 10.
There's a good.
I'm having the rye recipe 6.
I almost bought that bottle today. Dang it!
Wilderness Trail, they've done some really good stuff. I don't have too much
This has
experience
been
with
delicious.
them. Yeah, I don't have too much experience with them, but the ones that I've had have been really, really good.
Okay, my question for the I just got to say real quick. Baker Drank. I seen y'all last week on here, and I started watching. So I like your channel. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Have any of you tried a bourbon whiskey, whatever, at first, and then put it down and come back later, and it seems to have opened up from what you originally tasted it as, and it was a lot better? That happened with me with Old Elk. The first time I tried it, I poured some out. I didn't care for it, and it sat on the shelf for probably a month, and I came back to it, and it was delicious. And
I could see it with Old Elk. Do you drink a lot of like high malt whiskeys? Because that's very different than most bourbons.
Right. No, I don't know. I drink whatever tastes good. If I like it, I like it. I don't have the refined palate as everybody. They can stick their nose to it and I smell this. I smell alcohol.
That's what I said though. That's what I said in my interview though. Like it's like that's what you get in it. That's not you don't have to look for those notes that other people say. Early on, just find what you like, and then you summed it up perfectly. Just look for what you like.
There's no wrong answers.
How many times have you been drinking something and somebody like, and I think Laura did this. So it's like, I think this smells like banana, and I was like, I didn't smell banana, I didn't taste or smell banana or something, and then they said it, and I was like, crap. Now that's all I smell.
Oh yeah.
Power suggestion is very strong.
Banana is one of my favorite notes that I desperately look for and don't find very often.
Oh God, you can take all my banana because I actually dislike that note so much. That is the one note that I cannot get behind. Like Barton, like a lot of Barton products, I can't do. A lot of Old Forester products, I can't do because I just don't. No, let me clarify. There's 2 types of bananas in the world.
I was going to say, is it runts? Is it runts or is it
runts?
banana?
Is the one that I hate.
I don't like runts.
Okay.
Yep.
I can get behind like a
Bananas Foster's
or yes, it's like a banana nut bread. I can get behind that. Some Foresters have that.
So,
but if it's runts, no.
You want to hear something really weird?
Wait. Hang on. hang on a second, Adam. All right, so Dave says he just killed a bottle of 1920. Dave, I feel your pain. I got about that much left in mine. It's such a great bottle.
For sure.
Let's see. Somebody else said, Brett DeBoer from YouTube says sipping on Chattanooga Founders 11. What a solid bottle. I got that right here. God, that is such a good bottle. If you guys can find Founders 11 in your area, grab it. It is great. Glenn Rangi.
I feel like we're the only people that don't like Chattanooga.
The Founders 11.
It's just not our.
We'll see. Do what Rusty did. Put it on the shelf. Come back to it. Maybe it'll open up a little bit.
We've done that a few times.
You have? Okay. You're like, no, we still hate it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to mix it with some Dr. Pepper.
What is that one? I'm not familiar with Founders 11.
Oh, so they basically like blended like a bunch of like some infinity bottles and a bunch of different, or not bottles, but like barrels together.
I was like, you confused. I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, and to me, this tastes like, and see, I'm a Georgia person, so this tastes like sweet iced tea with like black tea mixed in. That was like the two notes that I get from this. I really enjoy.
Sweet tea.
Yeah.
Sweet tea with black tea mixed in.
Yeah, I guess maybe like a diluted sweet tea with like, oh, and there was like a little bit of, if I remember correctly, I haven't had it in a while, with a little bit of like a jalapeno in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wait, so when you sorry, the southern in me is activated now. So when you said sweet tea with black tea mixed in, you mean like sweet tea and unsweet tea blended, so it's like a little bit less sweet.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was very confused there.
Yes.
It's just a bigger batch of tea, right?
Yes. I enjoyed it, but like Rusty, to go back to your thing, when I first had OGD 114, I hated it. And it sat on my shelf for a while, and now I'm in love with it. I can't stop drinking this stuff now.
Yeah, I love it. But
easy, solid value, delicious.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, just like it just seems like everybody is in love with Old Forester, and I have tried every single year. The 1896, the 1910, the 1920. I don't like any of them.
Hey,
I don't like any of them.
I'm here with
Are
you.
Sugar
I am
Kitty
not
in
an old
disguise?
No, I was gonna say, like, I also don't like Old Forester. Like, I've tried several bottles. I actually own 2 bottles of birthday bourbon that I haven't opened because I don't like it. I'm not an Old Forester fan, and that's just I admit it.
I think we have a taker over there.
No.
It's going crazy.
I've never had it before, and like everybody that I talk to just happens to have this bottle.
I've tried it. I've tried it at a tasting, and I still didn't love it. So I tried it after I bought the bottle, but before I opened it, and I'm like, not for me.
Wow.
Well, if you don't like Old Forester, you're not gonna like it. Yeah.
Let
like Old Forester.
Let me throw this caveat out there and see if anybody has noticed this. So we're talking about sweet tea. And in the South, there's Milo's sweet tea. It comes in the gallon jug or whatever. Now, and I think this has to do with the chemistry, or at least for me, the chemistry of my body. I have had same jug of tea, open it up, pour a glass, drink it, and I get a terrible aftertaste. But I can come back later, same jug, pour a glass, and it's delicious. And then it's like it's the time of day, or it's whatever the chemical makeup is that's affecting my taste buds. So that has made me go back and try a few different things, to see, well, maybe I was just off that day, for whatever.
Well, in the South, we have a thing where we're, and you guys up north and different parts of the country. But if you take a sip of tea and somebody goes, "Who made the tea?" That almost always means the tea is bad. So
yeah,
that is a 100% Southern thing. It's like, oh, who made the tea? And everybody wants to know because they won't drink it again the next time. So
hey,
but to your oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Clifton, you've got to take her. Bourbon Drop says, send it to me. I assume he's talking about your birthday blend.
And I responded and I said, for $1 million on eBay, it's yours.
yeah, on eBay. Yeah, there you go. All right, sorry, go ahead.
I was super sad I didn't win this year, so.
But I was gonna say, like, no, it's absolutely your taste buds for the day, because what you eat that day can influence, or even the day before can influence your palate.
Right.
So something may taste good to you one day and then taste awful. That's why blind flights are like, you take them for what they are. Today, this is my favorite. Tomorrow, it could be the other one.
Yeah.
And also, like, I've noticed for me, like, even something as simple as having the windows open in your house changes the flavor of things so much. And I think, like, that's one thing. Like, there's one of my favorite channels, and a good friend of mine, Whiskey Mountains, her name's Adriana. She does reviews of whiskey out like in the wilderness while she's camping and hiking, and she just like compares it to when she has it at home, and it's a completely different flavor profile. It's really
I'd
interesting.
also say what you pre-drink if you're going to do a flight, like when you wake the taste buds up, like with a hot pepper, not a hot pepper, but like something like if you hit something pretty hot, it'll change kind of what things are later on.
Or even a higher proof whiskey. Let's say you're doing a 100 proof flight and you have 126 proof. I mean, I've competed in Matt Madness, which is a channel called ADHD Whiskey. He does a competition every year, and I've competed 3 years in a row. And like, if you drink something that's high proof and it throws off your proof radar, whatever you call it, and like you can
proof dar, I like that.
Yeah, so it's a proof dar, sure. But yeah, it just really depends on what you had before it.
All right, Alfonso, what's your daily sipper right now, sir? What are you reaching for the most often?
Let's see. It's usually Old Overholt 114 if I have the 114 or the Baldwin Bond.
Okay.
Definitely Four Roses single barrels are always. I love Four Roses. Those are easy. And let's see what else. And right now, I am loving. This is a Kleinlich.
I've never seen that.
It has a lot of Kleinlich. So this is, I think,
that's got to be a Scotch.
Independent bottling. Yeah, it's a Scotch.
Okay.
And it has notes of pear, and I am a big fan of getting pear on the palate.
It has notes of pear and forest fire and bark and moss.
Oh no. It's not one of the smoky ones. This one's different. So I love those.
You have to trick him with like, it's got brown sugar, and you have a mini drunk. So do I. I've got the mini as well. So
this will save you from getting wasted when you have to do a lot.
I agree. I bought with my Kahoot winnings. I bought 4 of those specifically so I could do line when it's not music.
I'd be smarter to use those on YouTube because I get my drunk name is Cliffy, and when Cliffy comes out, that's when I drink a little too much. So.
These guys are great. I mean, they are considerably better. I mean, you get all the fun. But your inventory lasts a little bit longer as well too. So
that's a good point.
Especially when you're drinking this size bottle, they are comparable.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So Brett from YouTube says, has anyone tried Pursuit United? I love it. I've never had that before. Anybody had that? Pursuit United?
No, I want some.
I'm familiar with it. I have not had it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Baker Drinks. What's your daily sipper?
Well, it's what I'm drinking right now. Would be Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select.
Is it the barrel proof or the standard release?
The
94 proof.
94 proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I had this the single barrel rye. This is just the rye, same proof. It's good. It's sweet.
Who's tried the Jack Daniel's Bonded Rye? Who's tried it?
I reviewed it last week or yesterday. Damn.
Yep.
I'm on YouTube
coming
a lot.
out soon.
I love this the first pour. I thought, rye is what I've been missing in my life. But as the bottle opened up, I've not enjoyed the second and third pour out of this. I've been really disappointed. Has anybody?
I just opened mine. I bought it on Monday. I've only had it for 2 days, so I'll let you know. I'll report back.
Might have to do a cocktail or something with it if it's not doing it for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I've tried it. Like I've gone pretty hard on it. The second, third. I enjoy it. I like it, but it's not like something I would. I thought this was going to be in the rotation, and I'm kind of disappointed by it.
You should mix it with some Dr. Pepper.
So
the cherry, I think you said that was a cherry 7-Up or cherry. What was it? Cherry 7.
Cherry 7-Up, yeah.
I could probably get my wife to drink the cherry 7-Up or that with that. Or the cream, maybe the cream soda. I don't know.
So Troy, before I catch up on the chat, Adam was really happy when I tried Macallan 18 mixed with Coke. He loved that one. 100%, 100% pure mud.
That bottle is $369.
Look, no, okay, hang on.
It's a mixer.
Yeah, thank you. In my defense, when I bought it, it was not that expensive. I bought that bottle like 6 years ago. 100%. Hang on, Adam. Just hold on. I know you're freaking out about that. 100% pure mustard.
You're killing me.
He says, "Where did you guys get your mini Glens?" I got mine from Amazon. I assume that's where everybody else got them from.
Yeah, I got it on Amazon. It was in a 4-pack, which was nice.
Yeah,
So.
Independent
I
Joe.
got a single, but yeah.
Who was the one who asked about that? That was Brett. So Independent Joe says yes on the Pursuit United, and he did a little thing. RJ, I see you in the chat, or I see you in the Zoom. You have to acknowledge that you have a shirt on before I bring you on stream again. So you need to put "I have a shirt on" in the chat. And then Independent Joe, my man, you want to come in? I see you in the chat. If
Free the boobies. Wait, before we get too far, I want to talk about runts real quick.
All
Do you
right,
know
go
why
ahead.
runts taste funny? Runts taste funny because it's the way bananas used
to taste. I know that fact.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did not grow up eating bananas of yesteryear.
Yeah, before they genetically modified bananas, bananas used to be about this big and they tasted like runts. And then they did some GMO stuff to it, and the bananas today are not what they taste like now.
Yeah.
So, but I agree.
Well,
I don't like how runts.
I would say thank God for GMOs.
Yes.
Avocados and kale came from GMOs. I love them.
Independent Joe says I use my Woodford Reserve background as a mixer.
Joe gave I was at Joe's house like a couple months ago, and I was wasted. And then we decided to review the Woodford Reserve background like together while we were so drunk. It was a good time, but also like I don't remember that review. So go check it out. It's on YouTube.
It's quality then.
Yes.
I want to grow up and have a beard like Joe. That's what I want. I want Joe's beard. That's. If I could grow Joe's beard, I'd be happy. So.
All right, Matt, what is your daily sipper? What do you go to when they're? I mean, because you got so much behind you, but I mean, come on.
So I may get a little bit of hate for this because it's a little bit of a pricey bottle, but my daily sipper is Rare Breed. I love that bottle.
That is so good.
That is a great choice.
You can't have money. You can't have money.
Yeah, it's
mine. Yeah, mine is Wild Turkey 101. That is my daily.
That's good.
I buy that all day long. I love it.
That's Troy's favorite.
Yeah, both great choices. Yeah, no, I honestly, I always have them both stocked. So those, I would agree. I don't really have a daily. I have way too many whiskeys to have a daily sipper. I'm just trying to kill my bottle so I can buy more of them. So I don't really have a daily sipper, but I always have 101 and Rare Breed in my collection.
Myron says, I love the Laffy Taffy banana note. Thank you, Myron. I'm right there with you, buddy.
Y'all can have it. You want my birthday bourbon? He's the one that said he would have my birthday bourbon.
He did, yeah. Brian from YouTube says, signing off tonight. Got to get up early. Another great stream. Lots of fun. Everyone have a good night and cheers. Cheers, Brian. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Brian. Thanks for commenting. This guy's great. He likes and talks on all my videos, so that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think Rare Breed is it's such a solid bottle. You can find, somebody actually messaged me, or it was somebody in the chat, I think, earlier in the stream, said they found it for $41, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
I paid $89. Now see, this is the difference. This is this one,
see,
and then this one, the little bottles here. I'll go this way.
You can get that bottle for $33 all day long here in Georgia.
The big bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big
Oh,
bottle?
no.
The big one.
The 750.
The 750 I paid. I have a 750. I paid $69 for it, and people, I had to reach up and like almost smack somebody's hand to get it when I got that bottle. So,
I will admit, my first Eagle Rare I paid about $55 for, and like now that I live in California, I'm like, why did I do that? Because it's like at CVS, it's literally like at Walgreens, like they all have Eagle Rare and Buffalo Trace out here.
That's the same thing in Washington. It's at Fred Meyer, it's at Safeway, it's at every liquor store, everywhere.
But I get it's depending on area. So like when I was in South Carolina, like getting it for $55.60 was like, you know what, I'm excited I had it, and you know what, I enjoyed it. But like you can't compare yourself to like other places.
Brett DeBoer, where are you at in Alabama that you're finding Rare Breed for $49? Because I can't find it for $49 and I'm in Alabama.
It's like $50
here.
50, 55 here as well.
Yeah.
55 in Texas.
It is so rare in Memphis. Like it sells instantly. And then we pay the Sazerac tax here, where they make you buy a bottle of like a liter of Fireball with it. Which
to get Rare Breed?
Yes, to get Rare Breed.
Wow, that's crazy.
Rare Breed and Blanton. Like I can't. And then what's the Sazerac vodka? I can't think of what it is.
Wheatley.
Oh no.
Yeah, they make
vodka. Yeah.
and not like the little bottle. Like they make you buy the gigantic bottle. I told them, I said, if I was a kid, I'd wait in the parking lot with like a $20 bill, and you could get that all day long. Like people, and they do it. I'm going to do a review tomorrow at a place called WhiskeyWisdom. I mean, not WhiskeyWisdom. Sorry, Whiskey Business. I've been drinking. Sorry, Whiskey Business, and they make you. You have to spend $100, and you have to, when you buy one of those bottles, they have Stag there. They make you buy like a liter of either Fireball or the Sazerac bottle, and that's Sazerac making them push their product on there. I don't know how that's legal. I guess
That's
it
a
is.
hard pass.
It's
very
bundle. Yeah,
Where's all your Fireball? Did you drink it all?
I don't. I didn't. I like my Stag I got from a place called Buster's, which it was just $100, and I was like, I'll take it.
I hear
Don't get me
it
wrong,
mixes Fireball and Macallan magic.
Oh, don't no. Okay, I'll
They're
find.
basically
No.
the
I'll
same
find.
thing, right?
Troy. Oh, okay, guys. No, you guys got to stop now. Okay, Laura, did you see Dave's comment? That's hilarious.
You hurt my heart.
Got my second wind back on drinking Old Carter Patch. He got his second wind. I love it. Dave, cheers to you, sir. That's hilarious. RJ, I do want to ask you a quick question. I've been looking for a Granddad, our old Granddad 114. I can't get it anywhere. Do you guys have it pretty readily available where you're at?
Yes.
Yeah.
Southern California, it's not. I wouldn't say readily available. You do have to do a little bit of hunting for it.
It's around here and there.
It's around, yeah.
I've asked I've asked 3 different places about it just because it's cheap, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I want to try it, and they're like, it's not distributed in the Memphis area, in what we call the Mid-South, not.
Do you get the old Granddad bonded?
Yes, we do get the bonded. But
Yeah.
They're pretty close. Like if you like the bonded, you'll like the 114. But like I feel like you're not necessarily missing out if you can get the bonded and you can't get the 114. I think they're both pretty.
Yeah. I have a friend who just became a granddad, and I was going to get him a bottle of that. It's more of a joke, but I've been looking. I've been in every store. I've been in like probably 20 stores in the last month, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. So I just was curious if there was, if like it was.
Yeah.
I guess it's allocated.
I think in certain markets they're just not pushing it very much, and
I don't think it sells very well. It's not a very popular one. Like outside of like
us
whiskey people, like everyone's like 114, like oh that's too hot,
Adam, if you want one of those bottles and you don't mind if it's open, $25, it'll show up at your doorstep.
I've seen you take those bottles neck deep. I don't know if I want to.
What
is that a bottle you've mouthed like you've green door? I don't want one of your bottles you've green door.
What is happening?
No, that's only the.
You've clearly lost control here, man.
What is? Yeah, I'm hitting the Pornhub button over and over again. I don't know what is going on.
If you watch any of RJ's videos, he tends to take those videos and like he'll be talking. He's like, you know what I need? I need one of these bottles.
The Empire Rye, and then this crappy bottle is still Austin's. The only other.
Here comes this argument right here. So.
Oh, what's it? You don't like Still Austin? You don't like Still Austin?
I said it.
Oh man, you got. I disagree.
I like Garrison Brothers Single Barrel. I don't
like Garrison Brothers. Garrison Brothers to me is overpriced for the money.
Oh no, it's overpriced, but I thought it was decent for what it was. I mean, it's overpriced because it's a 3-year age statement and 2-year age statement. You're like, it's only been 2 or 3 years, but then you got to remember 109 degrees today. It's
right, but like Balcona shows as a decent price for it, similar age.
Did you say
which one? Hold on, Clifton. Which balconies? Because I almost picked one up the other day, and I got a lot of hate. There's like
pick up the one with the blue label. You've gone past the one with the blue label several times. Get that one. I would start with that one.
Is that the blue?
You talking
corn?
the true blue?
Is that the blue corn? Is that the blue?
No, not the baby blue corn.
No,
the true blue.
Oh yeah.
The cast strength, everything cast strength I've had from Balcones I really like. And don't get me wrong, I don't actually dislike Garrison Brothers. My issue is with the price. That's the only reason I don't love Garrison Brothers. But
I've not heard anyone other than RJ who's liked the Garrison Brothers. I've not heard anything.
I don't think it's that people don't like it. I think it's at the price point. Like when you start talking about what's good and what's bad, like you can't sit here and say that you can't factor in price. Now, if you do a blinds, like you can say like, man, this was fantastic. And then you find out, oh, it's a $350 bottle of Laguna Madre.
Right.
Like $350. Yeah, it's not $350 good. It's like maybe I'd pay $100 for the Laguna Madre, but $350 MSRP, you're out of your minds.
So
I like Still Austin, but that's because to me it's the most similar to a Kentucky or an Indiana bourbon. So
I
that's
will
why
try
I'm a
Still
fan of
Austin again, but this single barrel
Is that a pick? Okay, I've not had a single barrel. I've had the regular cast strength I like, but I've not had a single barrel. So
this store pick though is awful, like hot garbage. I'm ready to pour this down the drain.
It's funny to me that besides me and RJ, almost probably everybody in this chat has more followers on YouTube than Still Austin, which is hilarious.
I'm almost up to 50 subs. I'm at 48 or 49 subs.
I don't think Still Austin is concerned about their subscribers. If I hear say.
No,
they should be.
The reason
I've toured their distillery. It's a great distillery, and their master blender or distiller is really great. But
I need to go to Balcones. It's like an hour, 15 minutes south of here. It's like one of the closest distilleries that's not like one of the garbage ones, because there's a bunch of garbage ones in Texas that's in the DFW area, like TX whiskey. Don't drink it. It's awful.
I've had it in an airport lounge. I can agree it wasn't great.
Well, what they didn't tell you is that color that it has is not from the barrel, from it being a charred barrel.
Okay, where is this going?
They dye their whiskey.
Okay.
In Texas, why? Like, you don't even have to do that in Texas.
They
There's
couldn't
so much.
call it bourbon if they added dye to it.
Yeah. They just whiskey.
Well, it's not called bourbon. I'm pretty sure it's just called TX whiskey because they couldn't.
TX. I thought he was talking about Balcones.
No.
I was like, I'm so
Balcones
confused.
is dark, but it's like naturally dark.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I got lost there.
We love the Balcones.
RJ is the only person, and by the way, Keith, cheers. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting us, and have a good night. RJ, you're the only one that lives in Texas and hates everything about Texas, and you still wear a cowboy hat.
It's not that I hate everything about Texas. I hate that our summers are so hot that in order to age it, like, you're not going to see very many Texas whiskeys that are going to be bottled in bond because I don't think it'll survive in the barrel for 4 years.
Good point. Yeah.
True.
100% pure mustard. Thanks for joining. Have a good night, and thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, 109 degrees. I'm too fat for that shit. I'm sorry, man.
my best life move was moving to Southern California.
Talk about what you do. I work inside, so I got AC. There are times where I do have to go outside and deal with some people, but I normally will bring them inside to finish that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't miss the summer in South Carolina. Like, I was on the coast, it was humid as hell. I do not miss the heat.
There's times where I don't have a choice because I work for the federal government, so it's like if they tell me I have to go outside, like, so be it. But if I could be inside, like, I'm gonna be inside. Trust me. Like, I'm gonna avoid it at all costs.
We have old Dominic here, but I mean, like, the heat and the humidity in Memphis is just hateful. It's the racism and the heat that's what's terrible about Memphis. I don't know how you can.
Dominic, I've had Alex Castle on my channel a while back ago. I actually want to invite her on again. I like the stuff they're doing. I had their early stuff, haven't had any of their recent stuff, but yeah.
Have you had Dominic since they're not sourced? Since they kind of.
So I don't actually think. I think everything I've had was the Healing Station line, which was the sourced. But I've heard that they're expanding and they're doing a bit more of their own stuff. So
yeah, I think everything they're doing now is all in house now.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I have some patrons that are from Tennessee. So they. Yeah, Zopher, you were just there. Did you have
I was just at Old Dominic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yep.
Chicken is all I see. Chicken.
Yeah, so they got a little rooster.
Thank you, Rusty. Thank you, man.
Trying to center the bottle so I can read the label. You had it off to the side. Can you try to center it?
Oh,
he's not a YouTuber. He doesn't know. I'm just kidding.
Turn
it.
Hold on.
There. Wait.
It's all about presentation.
All the cookies bourbon. Okay.
Delicious.
Well, we have two here in town. We have that and Blue Note, and Blue Note is nothing but MGP, and they just released a rye, and I was really excited about it. And I was going to go down and get a rye, and I was going to review it. And it's just Green River. It's the Green River rye. Yeah. So I was really disappointed. I kind of looked around and found it. So we only have two in-house in Memphis. We have two distilleries, but Dominic is kind of exciting because they're doing it. They're the first one in a long time that has done anything local. So I'm
just in Memphis Labor Day weekend, and we went to the distillery, and I found they had some cocktails with all their stuff they had, and one of the things that we had on one cocktail, there was like a peanut butter cocktail, but what they did is they took their whiskey, I think it was Healing Station, and they just infused it with peanut butter, and it was the best. And they even gave us a sample of just the peanut butter whiskey, and it wasn't sweet. It was just the essence of peanut butter. It was probably the best flavored kind of whiskey.
I was gonna say, because like it wasn't Screwball level, right? Like Screwball is super sweet, and
it is super. It was just all the noses of peanut butter, and they even told you how like you could make your own. You know, just get a Tupperware, line it with the peanut butter, put the whiskey in there, put it in the freezer for 3 days, and then take it out, sift it, and it was great. It made definitely for great cocktails. It was fun, a lot of time.
Matt, brace yourself. Right?
Wait, hang on, Adam.
I didn't hate.
Wait, hold on, Adam. Hold on. Rusty, thank you so much, by the way. I really appreciate your support. And by the way, your olive oil is packed and ready to go. I'm working on getting it over to Alabama for you. But I do appreciate the
I love
support.
shipping olive oil. Something about sending olive oil to people, it just gets me hard.
And RJ, there's been a lot of comments. Have you tried mixing Still Austin with Dr. Pepper?
So. Who said that? I'll do it right now. Who said that? I have Dr. Pepper.
All right, I'll turn the floor back over to you guys. So.
All right, so I actually had the Screwball as a joke, thinking it would be funny. I didn't hate it. I mean, like it was funny to me. I mean, it's just like I went in with a sense of humor with Screwball, and I was like, I could see why some 16-year-old girl or Matt would like that. I mean, it's definitely something.
What is with the shots being fired? What is that? My God!
Wow!
What is going on?
I drink it with a straw.
Who does it?
Yeah. Okay, Laura. Hold on. Hang on. I got a Glen with a straw. Here you go. You ready? You ready, Adam? Cheers.
Watch everybody. Watch Matt be manly with it. Put your pinky out. Come on.
No, look. When there's a giant cube in your cup, you get a straw. I'm sorry. You get a straw. I don't care what you say.
Listen, I bought my first bottle of Screwball at the state fair because I wanted to pregame the state fair, and that was the best pregame whiskey to bring for non-whiskey drinkers because we chugged it straight out of the bottle. We finished the bottle before we went in.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get some 16-year-olds drunk, that is the whiskey.
We weren't
to go.
16.
You mean
we were 16.
You mean as of age drinkers, right?
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I bet Screwball sells more bottles than Pappy.
Oh,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
yes.
This is Still Austin and Dr. Pepper.
I
It
might
just
go
tastes like
pick up the
corn
bottle
and
tomorrow.
We might have
We might have some.
What does it taste like, RJ?
corn and cherry, because the Still Austin is like really high corn. It's just like I mixed them together, like you said, and it just tastes like corn and cherry. I don't know if I like this.
All right.
Have you ever tried Mountain Dew? Because that was created originally for mixing whiskey.
Yes, it was. Absolutely right. Yep.
Are you guys shitting me?
I've tried it, and it's kind of crazy. It diminishes the sweetness of Mountain Dew and brings out some citrus notes. It's actually quite nice.
Wow.
I've not done that. You know what?
Dr. Pepper I did. Now it's just corn and cherry. This is awful. I don't have any Mountain Dew to try right now.
And you can't throw it away because you're a diehard.
No, it's not that I'm going to throw it away. It's that I'm going to ship this bottle to someone. I mean, hand deliver this bottle to someone else.
I'll take it.
I was gonna say we like the Still Austin and cask strength.
Now, to be fair, like I've not had a pick, so like their picks might be shit. You might be right.
Someone wanted samples, so maybe I can get them some samples and make sure everybody gets some. But I told them that, you know what, I hate it that much. You can just have the whole damn thing. It's that bad.
Adam,
Nice.
can
I
you
spent
see this?
$75 on this bottle.
Adam,
Don't do it.
can you see it? Can you see it, buddy?
Matt,
It's
Matt,
it's
Dr. Pepper.
it's Macallan 18. Hang on.
please.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Put it on ice.
Put this in there, Matt.
You put it on ice.
Do it.
Oh.
You're breaking my heart, Matt. You're breaking my heart. This is
All right.
the second time I'm saying it.
Oh.
Here's for all the shots fired. Macallan 18 and Coke. That's for you, Adam. Right here, buddy. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get a straw. Let me get a straw.
There we go.
All
I
right,
was
here
like,
we go.
Scotch and Coke is like a weird combo, right? Like I've never had that.
First of all, it's Macallan 18.
Oh man, that's
It's
not
like-
great.
It's Scotch. It's Scotch.
That's awful, man. What a waste of Macallan 18.
Corn and Dr. Pepper.
Screwball and Coke. Hell yeah, I'm in.
So,
I got some Screwball.
Matt, you broke my heart twice today.
Hey, look,
Hey,
you've had like
hey,
9 shots
did we
towards
do
me.
a Lafroig and Screwball, and it was actually decent?
Oh, I did. I got really
It was
drunk and did
decent.
that, didn't I? Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God, I
I
remember
did
that.
that
night.
with you, and it was actually decent.
That was Cliffy. That was not me. I don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Cliffy does that.
Not,
So-
not since I found out I was a bastard have I been so disappointed in someone drinking the
How is it,
Coke.
Matt?
The Coke opening. What, the Coke in 18?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. Hang on.
You should drain for it. Make them even more sad.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna,
no.
I'm gonna pour that in the toilet. That's awful, Adam. You want?
Oh.
What a waste!
Wow.
Of, what a waste!
Hey, I wanna-
Coke and
Hey,
18
hey,
is a
Adam,
solid name.
Adam.
Hold on.
What a
I
waste,
wanna-
Adam! What a waste of Coke.
Oh.
Let me just put this in perspective for everyone who's listening right now. 18, Macallan 18 is the best I've ever had of anything. It's better than the Stag.
What?
It's
Oh, he said
better
the same
than
joke. Dave
anything
said that.
That's an opinion that you can have.
Dave said the same
I
joke.
suggest you continue your journey and keep going.
Literally the best I've ever had. It's like somebody taking your favorite thing in the whole wide world and crapping on it. Like
Wow.
like the death inside of me right now. Like I hurt. Like I physically feel pain. Like I see that bottle behind him, and that would be my if I had like another child coming, that's what I would drink to celebrate. And he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mix. At least it wasn't Coke Zero or something like that, or Diet Coke. But like Coke, I like it.
Enjoy your whiskey the way you want.
Can
Matt.
we
There you go,
get
there
like
you
a
go.
GoFundMe or something going for to send that bottle that Matt has over to Major Zero? I
The problem
mean,
is,
you know,
the thing is, he's not enjoying it. He did it out of spite because I was making fun of him. That's
When's your
He's
date? When's your
enjoying
birthday?
your reaction.
That's true.
When's your
Yeah.
birthday?
I
Laura,
hope you're
true.
enjoying how hurt I am. Like tonight, I'll be laying awake in bed thinking about you having 18 with Coke. Like
Adam,
Yeah.
when is your birthday? When do you become old?
January 19th. That's when my birthday is. So
Okay,
that's
January 19th, you might have something special arrive. Make sure that happens.
But don't bring
Can of
a bottle of Coke with it.
Coke Zero, not Coke.
Bro, I can put a bottle of Coke in there with it. That'd be
Coke,
hilarious.
Coke and JD.
Instead of a $300 bottle, like hand delivering that $300 bottle with Coke, like come on now, like that's got to be funny. Like the memes would be strong. And then I'll just scrap your logo for Whiskey Wisdom, and I'll put that in the box. And then instead of putting my information, I'll put like from Whiskey Wisdom on there.
I don't even know how to respond to any of that. Like I'm genuinely hurt. Like it's like bad. Like
I mean, I actually have come to enjoy Scotch, so seeing him do that like kind of hurt me, which I thought was crazy because normally I'd be like Scotch is like crap.
like
And then
I'm
I
short
started
of breath. Like I
doing
think I might
Scotches.
be having a heart attack. Like I need
I
to
learned
You guys are way too emotional.
That's good. Like,
right?
I'm curious. How is that? Let me know because I've seen them on the shows.
It's very chocolatey.
I feel like I just drank a cookie.
I was gonna say
Did you
my
see
problem
that
with
video
the,
recently where I tried all the flavored crap and I like roasted all the flavored crap like the bird dog chocolate.
I thought Clifton was talking about a heart attack. Adam's like, I'm about to have a heart attack. And he's like, oh, I'm curious. How does that
Wait,
feel?
what?
How is that?
I'll tell you exactly. Your left arm tingles. It's not great.
That's good to know. Good to know. But no. My only issue with a lot of the flavored whiskeys is they're overwhelmingly sweet.
It's
So that, like,
very-
Screwball to me is not quite overwhelmingly sweet. But I'm curious about that dough ball one.
Pecan
it's probably
praline was
more
really sweet. I reviewed
than
that one.
the-
Bird dogs,
probably
both
more
of the bird dogs
sweet.
were really sweet too.
Okay.
I feel like if you were to like put 3 packets of hot chocolate in 1 cup,
That's kind of what it tastes like.
Dang, one
Oh, no.
one packet is enough.
yeah.
I usually only use half.
I was gonna say I bought
sweet.
my weirdest flavored whiskey I've ever bought was a bacon flavored whiskey.
Oh.
That was an abomination of
Wait.
bacon and whiskey.
Before you say
It
bacon,
didn't
flavor,
taste
was
like
it like
bacon.
candied bacon or was
So-
it just bacon?
I gotta ask, do you think that the Screwball tastes more like, and it did to me, I don't know about anybody else, it tastes like Reese's peanut butter, specifically, not regular peanut butter, Reese's peanut butter. That's what it tastes like to me.
I get
I
that.
think there's an artificial element in it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been
No
a while
shit.
since
No
I've
crap.
had it.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to swear here. I've never been here before, but I was like, no crap. Like, yeah, it's artificial.
Yeah, you can swear. It's fine. Hey,
I was hoping
Clifton,
we had a bottle, but we're all out.
have you had?
Oh, Elvis was. Oh, wait, Midnight
Oh,
Snack.
Elvis.
I've had 2 of the Elvis whiskeys. I had their bourbon and their rye. I've not had
So
Midnight
what does
Snack.
that say?
So
Peanut
this
butter,
one-
banana?
Yeah, I don't know if I can get it to focus. It says
Oh.
it's peanut butter, banana,
Oh, and
and bacon.
Adam, this is for you, brother. I just want to let
If
you know.
I saw that in the store, I would definitely pick it up
So this
for the curiosity factor.
RJ, what are you sipping on, RJ? What is that?
This is an infinity bottle. And the infinity bottle is full of every Buffalo Trace product that is on the lower end. So this has all 5 benchmarks. This has Buffalo Trace and this has Weller Special Reserve in it.
Nice.
Dude, I bet that's awesome.
Brett says,
Actually, you would be very surprised that it's not, because you're mixing like a single barrel and the full proof of benchmarks with stuff that's not about. When you start mixing
RJ, listen. Wait, hang on, RJ. Brett, I appreciate you joining. Have a good night. Happy Friday. Appreciate it, Brett. RJ, you just need to move. Like, can we start a GoFundMe to get you out of Texas? You hate, ever since you've been there, you hate everything. Everything.
Buffalo Trace is in Texas. We're okay.
No, Matt, let's leave him there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. Maybe there's like a nudist colony we can get you over to or something.
I just got to say, even though RJ's hat is very lacking, his mustache is awesome. You got to twist up the edges. There you go. Yeah, see, he's got the awesome.
Well, and it
but
looks
his
like
hat.
maybe you trimmed it up. It looks you're looking a little more clean shaven.
I was like, you got a haircut.
Well,
You got a
it's
haircut.
Friday.
All right, look.
He's ready for the weekend.
I got my button, RJ, on stop video because your clothes are coming off. All right, there you go. All right. Has anybody had Burnt Church's bourbon cream?
No, I don't think I want anything from my burnt church.
I was
That
like,
sounds
what a
like-
name. What the heck?
So
awful.
listen. I'm not a huge fan of flavored whiskey either, but this is actually pretty good.
Unless it's brown sugar or Coke.
Oh, would you? Hey, listen. When Clifton and I tasted the Remus 6, did you hear me say brown sugar? I said apricot. I said orange. I said pineapple. I said honey and oak. Not brown sugar.
Wait, what's wrong with brown sugar? Is that like a bad note?
Wait. I'd like to.
He just likes to make fun of bourbon.
No.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that from everything he said tonight.
I would like to add that my contribution to Whiskey Wisdom is like he doesn't say brown sugar every single time that he tries something. He has to.
Milk, vanilla, brown sugar.
But what if there is brown sugar? Maybe I want to hear that.
Right.
Victor with the latest
it's better
chat
than
said, no,
Pete.
don't leave me in Texas with RJ. Victor is like an hour and a half away. Like Victor will be coming out and he will be like present during a live stream. Like we'll make that.
So Matt, you started talking earlier about starting a GoFundMe to get RJ out of Texas. How about we get Victor out of Texas and leave RJ there?
That makes perfect sense. Yes, it's free Victor. Don't let Victor be trapped.
Victor, I love it.
David,
I'll still fly you out, Victor. It's okay, buddy. We'll make sure that you get on the live stream.
David Lidstrom, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, exactly. We should totally start that.
Okay,
All right.
Adam, you pour up Stag. You think that's a flex, brother? You think pouring Stag is a flex on stream? Well,
I'm not gonna flex on you. I'm just saying I want to get. I feel like it's a Stag time.
Oh, here we go.
Did you just crap on Stag saying your Macallan 18 was better than it?
Here comes the bourbon.
It is.
Here comes the
Macallan
bourbon dick
18.
swinging contest.
First, let's show a bottle that you haven't got yet because I don't think it's come in the hand delivery.
Wait, hold on. Listen, RJ.
And then second off, we're gonna pour this because
Don't
Matt
compare-
Has the same bottle.
don't
we
compare-
have the 22A, you have the 23B.
Don't compare
Matt and I
107
are on
to
the same
Stag.
thing. We're trying the same thing.
Am I on mute or is RJ just talking that much?
Yeah,
Very
he's just
loud.
talking
All right.
that much.
Dude,
You
what?
act like you don't know him.
You can't compare 107 to Stag. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't do
I
it.
wasn't comparing it. I was just showing a bottle he didn't have.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that one. He doesn't have Burnt Church bourbon cream either. So this tastes like eggnog with bourbon in it.
Have you had any other
well, that
bourbon
doesn't sound
creams?
bad.
Or is that the only bourbon cream you've had?
I have had a bunch of different bourbon creams. I was on a bourbon cream kick last Christmas.
Wow.
And I even have like the little Chevy.
Ego?
No, what did you say? Ego? Swear to God.
Ego.
No, not
Have you
Ego.
heard the Buffalo
You
Trace?
seem like an ego guy to me.
No, I have no. I know what you're talking about. No, I don't have that. No, I have the Chevy Chase Moose Cups, and I used to drink
That's
this.
awesome.
Yeah, and I would drink this at Christmas time.
Oh,
And so
So what's your favorite brand? This one?
Burnt Church, 100%, hands down. Like
Really?
the Buffalo Trace, there's a bunch of different kinds of the bourbon creams. Burnt
Did
Church.
you like the Buffalo Trace
Buffalo
one?
Cream.
Because I see that on stores, but like it's around $35-$40 for the Buffalo Trace cream.
It's been a couple years since I went through the my bourbon cream journey, but what I can tell you is the Burnt Church, hands down, is the best bourbon cream. Like, no question.
I would say Barton had a pretty good one too. When I went to the distillery tour, they had a really good one. The Buffalo Trace one's good too. Again, that's not my typical thing. I don't typically like go for that. Like if I want something sweet, I'll get a cocktail. But I really like the Barton one.
I've not had the Barton one. I'll have to try that one. All right.
I think
I
we've
don't know
only
if you
had
saw-
Buffalo Trace and maybe Jim Beam. Does Jim Beam have one?
I'm
Hey,
sure
Matt,
they do.
Awesome.
I got an Evan Williams one.
Matt,
Yes,
what did you say it was
yeah.
again? What did you say it was again? I didn't hear what cream was it?
Are
I'm not being
you
funny.
trolling me? Am I going to start talking?
I'm not being
okay.
funny. I didn't ask about what brand. I just didn't hear what it was.
It
What
is
was it?
Burnt.
Burnt Church.
Yeah, Burnt Church bourbon cream. Say that 5 times
Okay,
fast.
perfect.
It's only
Where's it
it's
from?
29 proof.
I was going to ask what the proof was. 20. So
Yeah, so
bourbon.
it's like on Scotch level, but you got to keep
But
it
you're
in the
tasting
fridge.
it. Sounds good.
Matt, what distillery is it from? On the back, does it say?
Good question. Produced and
Burnt
bottled
Church.
by Burnt
I
Church.
guess Burnt Church.
Yeah, Burnt Church
Burnt
Distillery.
Church.
Hey, in Bluffington, South Carolina. There you go,
South
Clifton.
Carolina. Okay. South Carolina.
Hey.
Ew. I'm sorry. I was gonna say, listen. I've looked for good distilleries in South Carolina. I have not quite found one yet. So, but they're making a
Because they're
bourbon cream.
making bourbon
They're making
creams.
bourbon cream, right?
Well, this may explain why the Burnt Church bourbon cream is so good. Is because they take all the shit bourbon that they can't get right and they dump it in sugar.
Yeah. No, they're. I mean, to be fair, one of the first whiskeys I ever bought was a it was a hot honey whiskey. It was like a ghost pepper honey whiskey.
Wow.
This is again College Cliffy.
Yeah.
And it was from a Charleston, South Carolina distillery, and it was good for what it was, but it was a liqueur. It was sweet. It was spicy.
I think it's gonna be hard for me to find that Burnt Church just because I'm in Texas, and that's pretty far from South Carolina to find like the bourbon creams.
Hey, Clifton, let me show you something. I was born in Columbia, South Carolina. Let me show you something I got right here.
Oh, here we
This
go.
is
I thought he was going to show a South Carolina tramp stamp.
He's gonna flag.
not a
Nice.
tramp stamp.
Yeah,
This flag was flown over the Capitol.
Adam, dude, look. I know you were born in like 1980, but you were like way too close to that camera. That was like something my granddad would do. Hey, let me show you something. Always
Did you say he was born in 1980?
Well, I meant to say.
I was born in 1972. I'm a lot older than that. So.
Yeah, always saw was just blue. I didn't see what that was at all.
I saw it, but I'm also from South
Is
Carolina.
that
So I was
palm
like,
tree or what?
It's the South Carolina. Let me back up a little bit. It's the South Carolina flag. So it's the
yeah.
There you go.
Moon?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh.
I do like our flag. I like our flag.
So.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, our flag's awesome. Again, I'm from South Carolina. I grew up there. I moved to LA when I was 22.
Let me show you.
Moving to LA, like that sounds like a big yikes. Isn't it expensive as shit there?
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The rent, everything else. Like, I was surprised that like everything else is actually about the same. The rent is ridiculous. Like,
So when you were 22, so that was like what, 3-4 years ago?
I was wrong with it. I didn't move out here when I was 22. I moved out here when I was like 27.
So is like the homelessness like a real problem in California? Like, do you?
That's only in the major cities, from my understanding.
Is
The
it?
Southern California, where my friends are from, they're like in the country. Like they freaking love it because they don't have to deal with all the liberal stuff without keeping politics in it.
Like, are you going to like package?
I don't think that's how that works.
Like Clifton, are you going to package stores and you're like,
From Texas.
Sorry, what was the question?
I don't even know. Like RJ
No,
just.
okay. Homelessness is an issue. Homelessness is an issue. It's more so in the more central parts of the city. I just took a trip out to San Francisco this past for Labor Day weekend. It's a lot worse there.
San
But
Fran, Los Angeles, like from the downtown area, I heard that's where like the majority of the homeless issues are at.
It's very concentrated. Yeah, Skid Row's very
It's
concentrated.
super centralized, like in the major city part of it. Like if you go to the outside, it's like the hardest one to visit.
We went to Disneyland for Christmas and I didn't see any at all, but I was at
It's Anaheim.
Anaheim, yeah.
I was in Daytona, Florida, and there was like on every single corner there was like 5 deep of homeless. I saw more homeless and nuttiness in Florida than I did in when I was in Los Angeles.
Florida's pretty crazy.
So-
if you go on the East Coast side, but if you're on the west side of Florida, it's not as bad.
That's right.
I just have a question. You guys are acting like there's no homeless people places. Are you saying there's no homeless where you guys live?
It's too hot.
Well, we have a
It's too
ton of
hot where we
homeless
are.
people.
You
but
just get in the house.
If this is Dallas Fort Worth area in like a circle, like on the north side, like Denton, that's the primary location for us for homeless is in Denton. And then just south of that in Dallas, there's a lot of homeless in Dallas, but the Fort Worth area and then like south, like where I'm at, I'm in Arlington. If you don't know where Arlington is, like Dallas Cowboy Stadium,
Oh yeah.
Not
there's
really.
not very many homeless because some of our cities, they are anti-homeless, which I think is ridiculous. Like, please help these people. They're homeless. They run them off and push them to the outskirts, which is mainly Denton. And Denton gets the majority of our homeless people. And because of it being so close to Sanger, which is just north of Denton, that's like our meth capital of our state. It's horrible because now it's like you're pushing homeless people towards an addiction that they've already come to an agreement to accept. And now you have these people who are on drugs that are asking for help, and now no one wants to help them because they're on drugs. It's awful.
Oh
It's
my
awful.
God,
Complex issue, yeah.
That's for the
Victor.
DFW area. And if you go further south, like towards Austin, like I'm not sitting here trying to like continue to bash, but still Austin, like there's a huge homeless population.
Just on the distillery. At the
Wow.
distillery. Don't go to distillery.
This is where he's like coming right back.
But Austin has a
So back to whiskey.
I was going to say, we've moved from whiskey. I mean, back.
Wait, hang on,
homeless to
hang on.
whiskey.
Victor says plot twist. RJ is homeless. He's not in a house. That's a green screen.
no, I own this house.
Who's using
That-
a green
that
screen here?
explains
What
the
the
new
heck?
shirt.
It's
This
a
is my
green
first house. I
cardboard.
bought this house. This is my first house. It was actually becoming cheaper than rent. That's how crazy rents got.
Well, I know.
I would love to buy a house at some point. I have no plans or opportunities to do that because I'm renting a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm paying $2,200 for it, so it's like,
Oh
fun
my
So your
God.
1-bedroom apartment at $2,200. My mortgage is $2,000.
Oh my.
oh, I'm sure.
Well, I love watching those. My wife and I will watch those shows. Where it's like House Hunter, and they're in like
Oh, yeah.
California, and like the girl's like, he's like, my husband is an apple picker, and I'm a part-time art student. We're looking for a $1.5 million
Yeah.
house. I was like, how do
Of
these
course.
How do these people buy these houses for $1.5 million?
I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Old Pirate Bourbon, thank you for showing up. You were on the last stream that went way too long. Rusty was part of that stream, and Rusty fucking
Right?
bailed just like he was like, "Fuck this stream." Cheers to you, Old Pirate Bourbon. I appreciate you joining.
That stream that we were on went 6 hours, and you gave me crap when I went to bed at 4:30.
Dude, that
You're
was-
like, I can't believe you left.
That was
Yeah,
dude,
I kept looking for that. Yeah, I was like, "Where's the stream at?" That was
Oh.
6 hours long. Why is it? I mean, come
Oh.
on. What?
that's gone as fuck because I turned it. Forget Cliffy. I turned into Maddie. I don't.
Okay.
I don't remember the last hour of that stream. You know what? The last thing I remember, Rusty.
Me neither.
The
What?
last thing that I remember was like I kept looking at my screen and like people would just disappear. Like Adam was gone, Rusty was gone, and then it just got down to me and that Australian dude. And then I kind of woke up and I saw a thing from you
Ken?
where you went,
Yeah.
"Go to fucking bed." I was like, okay, I got to end this stream. And so I went upstairs and I privated the stream and I went to bed. I'm like, okay, I got to vet this stream because I don't know what the hell just happened.
That's way better than one of the streams I've been on. I was a guest on a stream. Won't name names. Zopher already knows. And the host of the stream got very, very drunk to the point where they passed out drunk in front of the camera.
Get out of here.
They were drunk.
hilarious.
I literally pulled up an air horn app on my phone and was blasting it because they were live. We could not end the live because we were guests.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
So they were
God.
broadcasting. People were watching. I texted her. I called her. I was like, please, like answer. No answer. I played an air horn. No answer. So we all just agreed to go offline. She slept for several hours through the night,
Oh,
and then in the
no.
morning woke up and ended the. She closed her laptop and ended the stream, but it was like a 9-hour stream.
Oh
of just
my
her sleeping.
God.
The worst part was she talked in her sleep, so like she would wake up occasionally, be like,
No way.
Yeah,
That sounds like the most awesome thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Hey, Matt, drink something.
More awesome than Macallan 18 and Coke.
No, God.
Maybe I should try Macallan 18 and bourbon cream. What do you think, Adam?
I think you should.
All right.
Oh, jeez. Hey, guys, I'm going to call it a night. So Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Alfonso.
I'll
Nice
send
to meet
email.
you.
I
Good
really,
seeing you,
I
Alfonso.
really, yeah, I really appreciate you
All right.
joining. Thanks for
Keep
hanging
enjoying
out.
the stuff.
Yep.
I
All right.
appreciate your commitment to leave before the whatever's about to happen happens. So
I don't know if I should be
Nice.
scared or excited.
Alfonso,
but,
this is for you. Cheers. I'm gonna pour some Macallan 18 in the bourbon cream. There we go. Oh
A
man.
splash.
Might be all right.
It wasn't enough for it.
Eventually, I'm
be
gonna
a
find
waste.
something that makes this Macallan 18 taste good.
I thought you liked that
Oh.
one. Did you?
It's actually not bad. Ooh, it made this bourbon cream curdle.
I
a little
blame
bit.
I was gonna say the
You recommended it.
reaction.
He's an instigator.
Ooh, that's
If you
not
had
bad.
I blame Troy. I blame
Macallan
you for
18
that.
and bourbon cream. That's not bad, Adam. That's not bad. You should try it.
Not you guys.
all right, night.
Thanks.
Cheers.
See ya. Cheers.
I don't have $400 to spend on a bottle of
I can't
scotch
believe
I
that that
love.
bottle-
I'm looking at the
It's
shelf
amazing.
behind you. I think you do.
If you would have won last week's Kahoot and this week's Kahoot, you'd be halfway there.
That's true.
Yes, but you have to explain to my wife how you can't buy liquor on Amazon, or I would be buying that. That's exactly what I'd be spending my money on.
Speaking of people's wives who just got home, y'all noticed RJ just bailed.
He's very quick when his wife comes home. There's no
He's
buy
like,
or
"Oh, I gotta
anything.
go.
It's just
I gotta go. My wife is here."
He's like, "Oh, my wife's home. I gotta get my shirt on. Turn the lights out. Gotta go."
Someone else is going to get to talk now.
No, as much as we rag on RJ, he's a good kid. I like him.
Wait, how much Macallan did you put in that?
Maybe like
A
two,
splash.
3 ounces, I'd say, in the bourbon cream. It's not
like
bad.
half an ounce.
I'm gonna confess something. I paid $60 for an ounce and a half of that, and
That's
you're like going, "Hey, you know what?
ridiculous.
Let's mix it with buttermilk. Let's mix it with Coke. Let's mix it with
Buttermilk.
whatever."
I don't have buttermilk, or maybe we try that. I can't believe that bottle's $400. Look, when I'm done with that bottle, I would not replace it for $400. No way. No way.
No.
No.
So I've got people in California. They've traveled out to California. I've got them looking in liquor stores for Stag because you can't get it here. It's not.
You're not gonna find it in California anymore. We used to, like I said earlier on the stream, like $75. I was like, that's too expensive, and now I'm like, dang it.
Do you want me to
I
add
can-
that
you
to
can-
your olive oil packet, Rusty?
It's
Stag?
all over Washington for
well,
$1.99.
Well, you said you were gonna put that in my olive oil packet.
I've got
Right.
we should probably talk offline. Never mind.
Yeah.
You can get it in Memphis for $199 all day long. I can go get it right now, but that's too much for me. And like I said, you can.
Too much for
I can
me.
get it also for $199 and
Look.
a bottle of Fireball. So
Right. So
That's a
full
deal.
confession, I am a bottom shelf drinker because I can't afford. I'm $50 is it. That's all the wife will let me spend on anything. So
You sound like
$50 is it.
Independent Joe's only spends $40 for his bottles. So.
Oh, I'm sure Joe does.
I can't.
He's got a coupon booklet.
Yeah. But hey, there's some fantastic whiskeys, $50
Yes.
and less. Like that's
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing.
How
No.
about Benchmark Foolproof? Amazing.
Absolutely.
The Jack
It's good.
Daniels I was talking about. That's
Yep.
$45 or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. I just, I can't bring myself to do that, especially, I so badly want Jack Daniel's 12. It's $300 a bottle
Well,
here.
you're about to get some because I already have that packed up for you.
Oh,
The rye, I saw the rye today. The double rye today was $2.99.
Matt,
Oh,
I am
I
not
paid $75 for it.
I'm not kidding, Matt. I just looked it up. You are 100 miles from me. I will come cut your grass, man. I will.
Oh, I thought you were going way darker with that. I will come cut you. Like, oh shit.
Rusty, I have a bottle of 10 High. It's the cheapest bottle that I own. It's $6.99.
Oh yeah, I love 10 High.
I know. I was going to say, I don't hate it. It's not bad.
No, it's just
It's only $6. I don't think I've ever seen a whiskey for $6.
Isn't that a blend?
Yes.
That was why I bought. Oh, here, I just found it. That was why I bought it because I was like $6. Are you kidding me?
And high. Oh,
Ezra-
the only time I've had that was in Hawaii. I went to a what do you call it? Not a luau bar. What is it called? Shoot, tiki bar.
I haven't.
I asked for a bourbon, and they gave me 10 high. I'm like, oof.
So
okay.
what is it? Ezra Brooks 99 is the cheapest bottle at the store that's closest to me. Now, it's like $9.99 or $10.99. Ezra Brooks.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't tried it yet, but I'm seriously thinking about
For that price, yes, that's a good price.
I just noticed this.
I
was,
like the old Ezra line.
Sazerac. I didn't notice that.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Major Zero's texting me. He's probably yelling at me for bourbon cream. Oh.
Yeah, read it. I don't care. Read it. I don't care. Read it.
I didn't even understand it. 18, you are killing me. It's like crapping on the prom queen. Good for you too. Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
RJ's signing out.
Oh, I thought he was already out.
Well, he said in the wife.
I think wife came home was lightning strike is code word for wife came home.
Did you guys see his poor? Listen, I'm going to save this stream. Go back to his lightning strike. Did you guys see what he did? He put his head down and he turned the light out, and then he sat there still, and then he killed the stream. And then he's like, "Oh, I had a lightning strike. I had to go."
I did not notice it at all because we just have little tiny boxes, so it's hard to see what's going on.
6 Hours says, I've been looking for Stag this week. Stag is such a great bottle. I love that bottle. And by the way, Adam, I think Stag convinced you to maybe consider bourbon might be better than Scotch, in my opinion.
Hey, it's number 2. I will say the Stag that I have, the 23B, is the second best bottle I've ever had.
It's great.
100%. Yeah, it is. And I think the magic of Stag is like I will take a sip, wait a couple minutes, and it's completely different. Now I get strong tobacco now straight out the bat since it's opened up.
Mm-hmm.
But when I opened that bottle for the first time, like I was just amazed at how much like a 5-minute integral or intermission between them really changed the taste of it. I want to try the 22A. I want to try some of the others, but to me that 23B will always be the best I've ever had. And I think Byron was talking about that. I don't know if he's still here, but I think he said something about like you get that like that's the best I've ever had. It's going to be probably the best bourbon I've ever had.
Yeah.
At least for me. But really the Macallan 18 until I have the 25, which I think will be better.
Yeah.
The Macallan 18 is the best I've ever had.
All right, so go ahead, Rusty.
I was just going to ask, have y'all heard of, and I'm guessing you probably have, Starlight Distillery?
Yes.
Love them.
And the stuff, so they're like doing some crazy stuff, all kinds of different French oak barrels and rum and port and all. I so want to try it, but it's not distributed in this area. I'm just gonna have to start driving around.
They've got a cigar blend too. I've got 2 Starlights.
Back, boys.
he's back. All right, so let's go around the room and Rusty, I'll include a Starlight in your olive oil.
Okay.
I've got 2 of them.
Dude,
I'll give you some of that too. So let's go around the room. Let's start with Clifton, guest of honor tonight. We were talking about banana notes. Y'all trashed me on that. Let's everybody name their favorite note they like in bourbon. So Clifton, we'll start with you. What's your favorite note you love the most in bourbon? And this will give everybody a chance to come up with their answers.
Except me.
Yeah, right. Except you. Get fucked.
Yeah. You know what? To me, I always default back to what I get in a lot of Heaven Hill whiskeys. I love a good like walking into like a bakery note.
Yeah.
Like not just like bread, but like a like bake shop with like pastries and like custards and like all that stuff going on like in like a good bakery. I love that in a whiskey. So when I take a sip of whiskey and I get that note of just walking to just I don't know, like it's just something. It doesn't necessarily take me back to a certain memory, but it just feels like home. So like that is my favorite note. So
are you more of like a rye enthusiast then? Because I think bread is more, at least for me, more in like indicative of rye whiskey.
Well, see, that's what's interesting. It's not necessarily just the bread element. It's just like walking into like a bakery that has like all the fruit tarts, like all encompassing.
Oh,
so it's not necessarily just the bread. It's like a really good bakery that has like all these like cool, banana nut bread and like the tarts and all that.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite note, and Heaven Hill gives that for me. So.
I'm with you. All right, so I'll go real quick. So my favorite, and I've never in my life had another bottle. It's but it's a specific. I just spit. That's awesome. A specific Frey Ranch bottle, Distiller's Reserve.
Patty's coming out.
Yeah, I know. The bourbon cream's coming out. I bought the damn uncut version, which I thought was going to be a replacement for this bottle. Oh, no. I hate this bottle so much I actually gave a bottle to Sean. That's how much I disliked it. But this bottle literally tastes like melted butter rum candy. That is probably one of my favorite notes of all time. That just like the butter rum Lifesavers. I don't know if they still exist, but boy, this is like a creme brulee and butter rum note. Oh, it's so.
That
beautiful.
sounds really good. That sounds like something. That's just the regular Frey Ranch bourbon.
No, this is the Distiller's Reserve. This is a single barrel.
Okay, gotcha.
So 133.64 proof. My favorite bottle of all time. So, all right, that's mine. Butter rum. All right,
Butterscotch for bourbon and citrus on rye.
all right. I guess RJ's going. All right, so butterscotch and what? RJ, go ahead.
Danny wrote. I was reading the chat.
Okay. All right, Rusty, what is yours?
Apple. Green apple. That's mainly just about in everything I try. It's like, well, that kind of smells like a green apple. I like the green apple. I'm not as refined as all you people. Damn it.
No, wait, hold on. Have you had New Riff bourbon?
No, I haven't.
New Riff bourbon brings out the most green apple in a bourbon I've ever had. So I feel like if you like green apple, you might like
more
that
specific. The sour mash bourbon from New Riff, I feel like I have the most green apple flavor out of all the New Riffs.
So to bring this conversation back to adults, a lot of Scotch has a strong green apple flavor to it. So, sorry, I had to go tuck a child in. So, but if you like green apple, then you will probably like Scotch. I know it's going to hurt Matt and his killing me with that Macallan 18, which I had to go outside and take a.
I hurt you too. Like I had a heart attack.
There we go.
I actually agree with you. I think that in most Scotches, that's probably my dominant note that I get is like a green apple flavor, along with baby vomit and smoke.
Well,
oh my god! Wait, no, I get baby vomit on like the ones I was talking about that I don't like. I get a vomit note and I don't like
Clifton
it.
knows what I'm talking about. See,
but that's not a diss on Scotch. I love Scotch. That's a diss on certain Scotches.
I don't know.
A lot of people get a Band-Aid, like a rubbery Band-Aid taste in that, and I think that's the vomit taste, and that's
no, it's a different taste. The Band-Aid is like a Lefroy, like a medicinal. It's different. The vomit taste is on like that malt, that high malt quality.
I love this. I love we're debating baby vomit.
I was just fixing to say, full transparency. I've never tasted baby vomit, so please, enlighten us. I don't.
So what happens is you take a Scotch and you taste baby vomit. It takes you back to your youth.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah. So Myron, which Penelope are you talking about? I'm going to pull it off the shelf and see if I get a green apple out of it. All right, Laura and Troy, you guys are up. Favorite notes?
Yes.
Mine would probably be bananas and peanut butter, but like not
Laura,
just nuttiness, but like where it like kind of has like a thick mouthfeel where it's like peanut butter.
Okay, then you definitely need to get the Elvis peanut butter bacon sandwich bourbon because that's right up your alley. All right, what about you, Troy? RJ, would you chill out? Would you? I'm gonna mute you. Just hang on. You are so horny to show your blends. Just hold on 1 second. You're almost there. All right, Troy, go ahead.
So for me, I really like the mango note that I get off of Redbreast 27.
Yeah.
Specifically that one, and then probably just in general, like the dusty peanut shells I get off of Russell's picks.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. Sorry.
You're fine. Independent Joe did a fight flight with four leaf clover. Geez, say that twice fast. And they were bringing out Redbreast. I've never had Redbreast. I think I really need to check that out.
Redbreast is great. I'm a huge fan of it. I will say, controversial opinion, I don't like Redbreast 27.
Okay.
It to me, older, like hyper aged Irish whiskey to me gives me a funky flavor that I don't love. You said mango. You know, it's funny. I don't actually like mango. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
Maybe that's it.
It's very tropical, weird.
All right. So Myron says
I love, but don't get me wrong. Redbreast is incredible. Redbreast 12, 12 cast strength, 15 Lestal, PX. I am a huge Redbreast fan. The 21 was okay to me. Didn't love it. The 27 I actually didn't like. So that's interesting.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, those butter cookie notes on the Redbreasts are
Oh
awesome.
my god,
Yeah.
amazing! It's so good.
Butter cookies, a great note. All right, RJ, you have the floor. Go ahead.
Reading chat earlier, okay? I didn't get to go, so when you guys
Oh, wait, I got something to say.
go ahead.
I'm just kidding, RJ.
No, please.
Go ahead, RJ.
Said I really like the dark cherry / medicinal cherry flavor that I get from like the Stag and Blands. Like I think cherry flavors like that sweet note that I just like really enjoy.
Yeah.
RJ, if you have a chance to try the Remus 7, the one that just came out, I get a ton of cherry on that. And then when I reviewed it, I was like, this actually tastes like a Buffalo Trace product. So if you get a chance to try that one, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts because I get so much. Yeah, the Remus Repeal Reserve 7. So we reviewed the 6 tonight, the last year's release. But
Okay.
the new 7, I get so much cherry that I literally, if I was blinded, I'd probably think it's Buffalo Trace. So like
When
you
was
might would
the
like that one.
release?
What was that?
Like
Clifton,
8 days
what-
ago.
What did you just hold up, Clifton? What was that?
Remus.
This is the-
Remus.
Oh, that's the Remus. Okay, I hadn't even heard of that yet.
Yeah, so it's from Ross and Squibb. They're basically MGP. This is their LE. They do one a year, and then this is the 2022 release. But they have a new one. That's the set. You can tell the batch by the number right here.
So
This is batch 6.
Tuesday is our total wine drop, and total wine because of last Monday being a holiday, we're expecting a large drop in the DFW area. I'm gonna be waiting at Total Wine, and then Wednesday, if I don't hit it at Total Wine, it's the second Wednesday of the month. Costco and Specs hit, so like Tuesday and Wednesday for me will be freaking huge for my channel because I'm gonna be spending a lot of time like not only recording but like going out and actually socializing. But I'm expecting some big bottles to drop.
Nice.
Well,
Um,
the end of the month is going to be Old Forester. There's going to be a huge Old Forester drop. I've heard that from like 10 different liquor stores.
We're coming into allocation season. There's going to be drops from everybody.
I just signed up for the Grand Reserve one with Total Wine. So like my number one is going to be the 20-year Heaven Hill. My second will be the High West, their special like
Prisoners.
holiday. No, not High West. I'm sorry, Smoke Wagon holiday one. The Prisoner one from High West is like number 5 for me, I think, because I also put in there. They had like I don't even know. They had so many. They had the weeded one from Buffalo Trace, the Willet Black with the purple top. I put in for that one. But my number.
Wait, what
one,
is the
I'm
Smoke
trying to go
Wagon?
towards the Heaven Hill.
The Smoke Wagon holiday one. I'm very confused because they have a holiday bottle that's like a basic ass Smoke Wagon. So I'm just curious, like.
I will pull up right now and I'll show it on screen.
It's just a label
that
change.
one is one I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, I've got.
We don't. That one wasn't in our Total Wine lottery, so there was no
Let me
Smoke
pull up
Wagon.
right now. I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah, I've got the
Okay.
the Halloween and the 4th
I got
of
the
July.
I had the Halloween one. Yeah.
So
This one goes for like bonkers prices on the secondary market, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys to resell your stuff, but like I plan to trade this one if I pull it.
Is it a single barrel? Now I'm interested because I'm like the only Smoke Wagon I've seen that's a holiday edition. They did like a special decorative label, but it was the same stuff.
yeah, me too. So
Give me 1 second. I should be able to get your answer.
I want to throw out something controversial. I think that from watching all the different stuff, Blanton's. So I got all kinds of hype. I watched all kinds of videos, and I finally got me a bottle of Blanton's. I guess the silver, whatever, the lowest one. I really wasn't all that impressed with it myself.
I was like prepared to be disappointed.
Yeah, I really wasn't. As much as everybody hyped it up, and I tried it, and it was like, meh. I mean, it's okay.
I will say about the Blantons, they're kind of their thing that is like their single barrel, and you kind of like if you get the wrong barrel, I think you kind of get that.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So.
So I got I had to sleep on the couch for a week because I spent $100 for Blanton's because that's all you can, get it. And then I see people, well, I give $45 or $50 for Blanton. I'm like, well, probably for $50 it's okay, but $100, no, negative.
Well, I mean, I get like your first time trying it. I think $100 is fine to pay for the first time to give a chance to try it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't love Blanton's either. Like I see it not regularly, but I see it enough that like even for 60, it's like not my favorite, but
Yeah.
The only people who pay $40 for it is Beggar Drinks and they mix it with cherry.
Oh, that's a single. That's a single barrel. Okay, those. Okay,
I can't get
You
it to
scared me for a
focus, but
minute.
it's the Smoke Wagon Limited Winter Oak.
I got you. I actually okay. This is something completely different. I thought this was just like the special label. That actually looks like something nice. So I apologize for being
It
like,
goes for
wait a
like
minute.
$500 in the secondary.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
I don't plan on spending that kind of money on a Smoke Wagon and drinking it. Like, I'm going to trade it for something I actually like desire.
Yeah, you
being
might
said,
like
I
it. Give it a
have
try.
Like red, white, and blue, and I like Smoke Wagon. Smoke Wagon is good, but I'm not going to buy like their premium bottle and sit there and try to make a review out of it. I would rather get something I actually think that I'll enjoy.
You don't think you'd enjoy it? How much is the actual bottle? Like not secondary.
I think their MSRP, and I say MSRP loosely because Total Wine's jacked up the prices quite a bit. I think it's like $150, $160. And from my understanding for Smoke Wagon, like their most premium without getting to the limited releases is their uncut, unfiltered at $75. So to sit here and pay for a limited release and pay almost double that, I don't think it's worth that.
Hey, and here's
Never know
another
if you
plug.
haven't tried it.
Another plug for Remus.
For $100, I would rather have a sample of it and pay $30 for a pour than pay $150 for a bottle I've never had.
I was gonna say I'm looking at the mash bill of that, the one you just showed because I was curious because I'm interested. It actually similar to like the Remus. It's Indiana. It's sourced from Boston Squid. Again, another plug for the Remus. This is like $100. Yes, it's 100 proof versus the 115.94. I think that is. But you know, a little more available. So if you don't get that, if you missed out on that, maybe look into this.
The Heaven Hill 20 year. My second.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Limited Winter Oak, and I think my third is either Michter's 10 or the Willet 8 year. It's going to be one of those as my third pick.
Nice.
So,
I think High West Prisoners is like number 5, which I'm not saying High West isn't good. Like, I don't have enough of an opinion to voice on High West, but like, I'm not going to.
Prisoner's pretty solid.
all right.
I mean, it's okay. I've got the blended. It does taste young. It says it's 2 year. It tastes like 2 year.
Their High West Prisoner, I don't know the full details and stats on that bottle. I'll have to look it up. But the High West Prisoner ones are like they're one of their premium bottles, like they're top of the top for High West.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I expect better from it, but just because you expect better doesn't mean it's going to taste better.
So Gandy Rose says 15 stars, has a really nice cherry note that hits. I've not had 15 stars.
I do like cherry notes. I have had Calumet 16, but it was a blend between 16 and 18. It wasn't the 15 or the 16.
Tater Dom says Calumet 15 and 16 would be your jam then, RJ.
I think even more Sam Houston is even more cherry than the Calumet.
Yeah. And then
do love cherry flavor.
Here's a new name I've never seen. Fan Suzuki Bourbon Mob. I tried some Western American single malt stout cask. Wow, and it was delicious. I talked about a stout one on the news. That sounds interesting.
One is like
Westward is amazing whiskey.
Okay.
Matt, I saw that Penelope for like $65. What'd you pay for yours?
Well, dude, I don't even remember. The reason I pulled it out is because Myron said he got like a strong green apple note on the Architect, so I was testing it out, and I agree. It's definitely got it's got like a sweeter. It's weird because like the nose is more like the red apple, but the taste is like a green apple. So I totally agree on that one.
Like sour, like kind of like a sourish.
Yeah, like a Granny Smith. Yeah.
I've seen that for like around $65, $70 where we are now, and then going back to the Smoke Wagon, I have like the lower end for like $30, like maybe $40 up to as high as like $90. I haven't pulled the trigger on the Smoke Wagon yet. I know a lot of people are high on it right now, but it's
graded for mine, and I got mine as a kicker. But the red, white, and blue one is roughly like a $30 bottle. I thought it was fantastic.
$32 either.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump off of here. We appreciate it. Clifton, nice to meet you. Rusty, nice to meet you.
Bye, Laura. Bye, Troy. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Matt. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night on our live.
Absolutely. I will bring my Macallan 18 and Coke ready to go.
We got Sean from Echoes in Eternity coming on again. We'll be tasting through some ASW.
What time for your live tomorrow?
It'll be 7 Pacific.
Make sure you subscribe. They're close to 1,000.
I got them. I just subscribed. I watched a couple other stuff.
Appreciate
I
it,
watched
Rusty.
what they had. Yeah, man.
I just subscribed as well. I subscribed as well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We need
Yeah,
that
the
so
best.
I can get that giveaway. I gotta win so I can.
All right, I swear to God, by the next stream, I'm going to add a mute RJ button on my stream deck. All right, so Laura and Troy, before you go, Chris Jenkins says, "Cheers, Laura and Troy, and thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it."
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
All right,
Thank
see you
you.
guys.
See you guys tomorrow.
All right, maybe.
I'm actually gonna call it a night as well.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If one person leaves, then everybody
No,
goes.
I did it. I actually
No.
I was waiting for a pause in the chat and there wasn't because RJ kept talking. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But I was also gonna call it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. We should probably call it a night. I really appreciate everybody joining. Thanks so much, and hopefully we'll see you guys next Friday. And I will join Mr. Clifton's stream as soon as you have one, and I'll be on Baker's tomorrow or Thursday, whenever it was. I can't remember what they said. And Adam, I appreciate you joining. Thank you for going through the Macallan 18 and Coke. And RJ, thank you for having a shirt on. I appreciate that, sir.
All right.
All right.
Clifton,
Bye, guys.
thanks for-
Everybody take care.
Great to meet all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.